This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
After one of the most difficult non-district schedules in the country, the Trinity Trojans are finally ready for district play. They started off by knocking off the number one team in the nation, the De La Salle Spartans. Since then, it's been wins over tough opponents, Rockwall, Lancaster, and most notably last week against State Power Galena Park North Shore. But those 4 wins mean nothing in the grand scheme of things, as the goal is always to advance to the playoffs, win a district championship, and make a lot of noise in the tournament as the Trojans quest after their 4th state championship in school history. Tonight, it's a very tough task against one of the other favorites to make it into the postseason out of 7-6A, the Colleyville Heritage Panthers. New coach for the 3rd time in 3 years, and again, as we've talked about the last couple of seasons, renowned enthusiasm and excitement about this Panther program with the great hire of Joe Willis out of Cedar Park, who, by the way, has been to the state championship game 2 of the last 3 years in one classification lower than this, coming away champions in 2012. So the Trojans, much like they opened the season against one of the best they're going to face all year, they open district against a stout opponent as well. It's Trinity and Colleyville Heritage, and it's coming your way next on Champion Sports Radio. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Mustang Panther Stadium, just a stone's throw away from Grapevine High School, for tonight's District 7-6A opener between the Trinity Trojans, 4-0 on the season, and the 2-2 Colleyville Heritage Panthers. My name is Thomas Lee. Thanks so much for tuning into the broadcast tonight. Special Thursday night edition of high school football here on Champion Sports Radio. I'll bring in your color analyst, Pete Nielsen. And, buddy, this is the type of game that the Trojans were made for, with the way that Colleyville Heritage struggles defending the run, the prolific nature that they've had over the last 16 years in pounding the rock on the ground. This right here is about as good of a matchup as you can get to start off district play.
Well, thanks, Thomas Lee. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into Trinity Trojan football here on this Thursday night. And, Thomas, you mentioned in the open how diverse of the opponents that the Trojans play in non-district play, and it gets them in a perfect position to taking on this Colleyville team. But you're right, my friend. This is a team that has a hard time handling the run over the years, and exactly right what you are is that Trinity will run the ball until they're stopped, and they've been doing that in the non-district schedule. 4 games, just outstanding rushing numbers. I expect to see more of the same tonight, and be very, very interesting to see what Colleyville Heritage can do to slow them down on the ground.
They have gotten better last week against the rush. I know they gave up a ton of yards, and by a ton I mean really a boatload of yards to a very tough opponent. But when you look at how those yards manifested themselves, in all but 6 plays, they gave up only 59 yards rushing. The other 9 plays, 363 yards. That's an average of almost 40 yards on those 9 key plays. And talking to Coach Willis before the week, he was perplexed. He's like, we're in the right position. We're ready to make a play. Something goes wrong, and the whole play unravels, and it goes for a huge chunk of yards. But that's what Trinity does best.
And absolutely, and that was against Arlington Bowie, a team that is in a lot of ways like Trinity. Maybe not as powerful, Thomas, but they have the athletes, and when they can make that opportunity to break a big play, they will. So you know that the message with the coaching staff, with the Panthers this week was, hey, don't give up the big play, and you can bet defensive coordinator Michael Quintero, his message to his team was bend, don't break, because they're going to keep pounding the football at us all night long.
Let's bring in the third member here in our broadcast location before the game begins. That's the Dr. Alex Sterling, and you're the one who's going to be tasked with trying to keep track of all the yards that are going to be put up in this one. You got a really balanced offense in Heritage, and bringing the system up from Cedar Park, they want to run and pass just the same. They want to be completely balanced because Joe Willis and his staff believes that's how you put the most pressure on the opposition.
Now you're right, Thomas. The key thing, talking about a balanced offense, but they definitely lead with their main receiver, Kevon Ahmad, fifth in the area in receptions, tied for first in scoring, has 8 receiving touchdowns, and averaging nearly 24 yards a catch. He will be a big challenge tonight for the Trojans.
We'll keep an eye on him and his production. Thank you, Doc. Trinity Trojans are on Champion Sports Radio. This broadcast of the Hurst-Euless-Bedford Independent School District is sponsored by the following: Texas Health HEB. What does a Level 3 Trauma Center mean in an emergency? Everything. And Texas Health HEB is the only Level 3 trauma center in Northeast Tarrant County. That means an exceptional level of care is close by when you need it most. When every second counts, nothing matters more. Online at texashealth.org/HEB. My First Bank Texas, ready when you need them with products and services designed to make your banking life as stress-free as possible. No matter what, no matter when, they've got you covered. First Bank Texas, located on the northwest corner of 183 and FM 157. Member FDIC, an equal housing opportunity lender. Online at go2fbt.com. By Whirly Ball HEB on the northeast corner of Harwood and Norwood. Life's more fun when you're zipping around in a whirly bug. Leagues are forming right now, so visit them at whirlyball.info. In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. Call 972-851-7888 or visit incommandbroadcasting.com for more information. By Point of Origin Design, a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. Online at pointofoриgindesign.com. And by the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra and the new GDYO Jazz Institute. Enjoy a cultural experience with your family without breaking the bank. Online at gdyo.org. Trinity Trojan Football is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio. On Twitter at Champion Sports, Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and online at ChampionSportsRadio.com. We continue on with more of the Whirly Ball HEB pregame show. We'll have interviews with both head coaches coming up. All that when Trinity Trojan Football continues in a moment on Champion Sports Radio.
What does a Level 3 Trauma Center mean in an emergency? Everything. And Texas Health HEB is the only Level 3 Trauma Center in Northeast Tarrant County. Along with our Cycle 4 chest pain accreditation and Cycle 1 heart failure accreditation, that means an exceptional level of care is close by when you need it most. With 24-hour emergency physicians and highly trained nurses with advanced trauma certifications. When every second counts, nothing matters more. texashealth.org/HEB.
First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us with products and services designed to make your banking life as stress-free as possible. Need an interest-bearing savings account? Done. Want to deposit a check from your office? No problem. Feel the need to pay a bill at 3 a.m.? We're up for it. No matter what, no matter when, we've got you covered. And that's a promise you can take to us. Bank on us. First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us. Located on the northwest corner of Highway 183 and FM 157. Member FDIC, an equal housing opportunity lender. Online at go2fbt.com.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hurst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact,
impact and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShockboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
And welcome back to the Whirly Ball HEB pregame show. Thomas Lee now joined by the first-year head coach of the Colleyville Heritage Panthers, Joe Willis. And, Coach, you've taken a really interesting trek as working your way through the system as a head coach, then back to being a coordinator on both sides of the ball, a head coach, and now finally here to Heritage. Try to sum that up for our listeners who are just getting a chance to meet you for the first time.
Well, I mean, it has been an interesting trek for sure, but I've been able to be a part of some great coaching staffs and work with some really talented coaches along the way. And, not just coaches that have worked for me, and I've had several of them as well, but also coaches I've got a chance to work for, like Chris Ross and Ken Jackson and some of those guys, and learned a lot of things from them. Had an opportunity to bring a couple of guys with me from Cedar Park, and Michael Quintero and Ahmad Zayden. Really privileged there. Had an opportunity to work with some guys that were here, like Ted Willman and Judd Thrash, and also got to hire some coaches with a lot of great experience, like Ron Mendoza, who's been up at South Lake and with Todd at North Texas. So, we've had a really whirlwind of a May, to say the least, and this summer, trying to get everything in place. But you know what? I feel great about the kids that we've got here. I feel great about the community support that we've received here. Nothing but great things to say about the school district and administration here. So we're really pleased to be where we're at. We've got a great challenge ahead of us tonight, but we're going to get after it.
It's so interesting. You talk about staffs and you talk about how they're made up. You've got a staff with a tremendous amount of championship experience, and that's a good thing because almost half of your starters are underclassmen. And heck, let's be honest, all these kids are playing in your system for the first time, just now their fifth game starting tonight.
Well, and I can't tell you how amazed I am with the kids that we have here at Colleyville. Just in a short amount of time, not just the fact that they are learning, a system in which we brought to them just a few short weeks ago, but also the fact that many of them are playing together for the first time. Some of these kids have not played Texas high school football before. The way they're contributing, the way they're growing together, the way they're accepting each other, and the way they're trusting us as a coaching staff. It's really one of the most special things I've been a part of. And I've been coaching for 23 years now, but quite honestly, I've been most impressed with this group.
Let's talk about the offensive side of the ball, where you come in with a philosophy that is kind of a hybrid maybe of your previous two predecessors there at Colleyville Heritage. Mike Fuller wanted to chunk it all around the place. Darren Allman, a commitment to the run. You are looking to build a team that's going to be extremely balanced, because that's what you had at Cedar Park in a team that you took to the state championship game twice in the last 3 years.
Well, that is kind of the model that we're working under. We want great balance. We want the ability to be able to throw the ball when we want to throw the ball, and not just when the defense allows us to. We also want the ability to be able to run the ball because, my fundamental belief is you have to be able to run the ball to win. You also, in this day and age, you have to be able to throw it around a little bit. We model a lot of our systems after some of the tempo offenses that are out there today. Our kids are just now learning that. I think last week we got our play count up to about 77, which, we always are going to aim at that 80 play per game mark. So we're getting there. We're making strides, and there are times where I feel like we're moving, slow compared to the standard I've been accustomed to. But you know what? We're not. We're getting better every week, and we had nearly 500 yards of offense last week. Probably left another 150 to 200 out on the field in drops and turnovers. So we eliminate some of those mistakes offensively. We've got a very special group, and that starts with the quarterback. I think he is an awesome talent. He's definitely going to be a guy that plays on Saturdays at some point. Just a junior for me this year. A lot of people are starting to ask about him and notice him now. He's put up some great stats, but I tell you that the number one stat on him is he's tough. And he's probably the toughest kid on the field, and he probably plays as physical as any quarterback I've ever seen. To some degree, I don't want him to play that physical at times, but he is that kid. And Cam's a great leader for me as well, so I'm really excited to have him. And I've got some young talent around him right now that's really producing.
On the defensive side of the ball, you've got three tremendous leaders that are absolutely leading the way on the defensive line. Michael Prescott,
leads the team in sacks and QB pressures, and really gets after the quarterback. Does a great job of wrecking havoc. Pelini now has done a great job of just cleaning everything up, leading tackler in your team, also leads the team in tackle for losses, and of course, Reed Harrison Ducrow's in the backfield, a multi-year starter and a guy who's really a ball-hawking corner. Talk about how important it is to have somebody at each level of the defense that everybody can rally around and gather strength from.
Well, I mean, what you just said is so important. I mean, at each level of the defense. You mentioned the defensive lineman, and that's not mentioning some of the other D linemen. You know, we've got, you know, we call him Tank, but we've got our nose guard in there, you know, Keandre, who's done a great job for us this year as far as occupying gaps. Tremendous player inside. Then you keep going in the secondary. Jordan Porter's another one that wasn't mentioned right there that I think has done a great job this year. But then you add that into the three that are really showing production there, especially with HD on the back end, a guy that we can count on to, you know, lock some things down. We've got a special group, you know, and I think once they learn what Coach Quintero wants out of it, and then once we're able to communicate that and execute that on the field, this is going to be a good football team.
Coach, very much appreciate the time. Welcome to the Metroplex, and good luck as this replay starts tonight.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
That's Joe Willis, the head coach of the Heritage Panthers. When we come back, my pregame conversation with the head coach of the Trinity Trojans, Chris Jensen, is when Trinity Trojan football continues in a moment. We'll have more of the Whirly Ball HEB pregame show after these messages.
First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us with products and services designed to make your banking life as stress-free as possible. Need an interest-bearing savings account? Done. Want to deposit a check from your office? No problem. Feel the need to pay a bill at 3 a.m.? We're up for it. No matter what, no matter when, we've got you covered. And that's a promise you can take to us. Bank on us. First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us. Located on the northwest corner of Highway 183 and FM 157. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. Online at go2fbt.com.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be three things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute. Online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Welcome back to Mustang Panther Stadium. The Whirly Ball HEB pregame show continues on. My pregame conversation with the head coach of the Trinity Trojans, Chris Jensen. And, Coach, it's pretty amazing taking a look back at what you guys have accomplished through the first 4 weeks of the season, knocking off the number one team in the state, knocking off what was the number one team in the area in the 5A in Lancaster, taking on a traditional rival out of the Houston area in North Shore and coming through it unscathed. What has the team learned about itself, and what has the coaching staff learned about this particular group of kids that's going to help you as we get into district play?
Well, something we've learned about these kids is they respond to a challenge. It's almost to a fault because, in the Lancaster game, well, the first game speaks for itself. They knew that was going to be a tough task. But the Lancaster game, we kind of waited around until, they scored in the second half, and it kind of woke us up, and they responded to that challenge. And then last week we were down 5 points at halftime, and they responded to that challenge. What we got to get to is where we, start to fight mad, so to speak. It's okay to score first, and don't wait till someone gets your attention before you really buckle down and start playing. But the 4-0 start is something we really didn't even we'd have been surprised if someone said that, hey, I bet y'all start out 4-0, and like, I don't know about that. We might, but it's going to be tough. But probably the hardest part now is that doesn't matter. It's those wins don't help you get in the playoffs.
Obviously, starting tonight in the game against Colleyville Heritage, you've got to win enough games in this stretch to secure a postseason berth. And, of course, there's a little measure of that long district winning streak coming to an end last year against Carroll. There's probably some sort of revenge factor there. But this Heritage Panther team tonight is really an unknown. Last year was a tough 14-0 ball game at Pennington. Got to go on the road, new coaching staff, completely new schemes, a lot of new players. It's almost like playing any of those teams in the non-district season. You just aren't that familiar with them.
Well, yeah. I think the best thing we can do is expect the same type of competition we've had, competitive ball games we've had for several years. It's always a tough game when you play Heritage. They're always ready to play, and regardless of who the coaches are, we're just going to have to expect them to be better than they've ever been, and because they're plenty good to beat you. They're good enough to beat you for sure, and we just the unknowns really can't control it. So we're going to approach it like we have the past games and expect a battle.
When they have the ball, they want to be balanced. They are committed to the run, but they do want to air it out a little bit. Is this perhaps the most balanced team you've seen since De La Salle in the opener?
Well, balance for sure as far as percentage of run to pass. I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but I think they're close to 50-50, so they're going to make you defend the whole field. They're going to make you defend the run and the pass, and good test for us. You can't really, get a head start on them because you don't know what it's going to be, until the ball snaps.
Now, when you have the ball, good news for Trojans fans is that this Colleyville Heritage Panther defense is giving up over 235 yards per game on the ground, and that feeds right into what you and Coach Brixey want the offense to be able to accomplish game in and game out, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, you can throw the records out and you can throw the stats out about this time of year because, if a team is doing great, people say we're just doing great. There's a lot of room for improvement. If somebody's struggling, then they kind of have new life. So we don't worry about the stats and what they've been giving up. That's against other people. They can stack the box on us and make it tough to run the ball. So and anybody can do that. So we got to strive for balance ourselves. And the way we see balance is not percentage of run versus pass. It's the effectiveness. It's the yards run versus pass. Our perfect game would be 200 yards of rushing and 200 yards of passing. That would be the ideal offensive football game for us. But you can get those passing yards without passing 50% of the time. So we're a little bit different in that area. we're obviously more run-oriented, but still get that passing game going to where it's explosive.
Coach, one final question, and I'll get you out of here. But what is the message to the team this week as the games really and truthfully do start to count towards trying to garner one of those 4 playoff spots out of 7-6A?
We talked about it on Monday. Before the season starts, and this is the way we've done it for years, we kind of highlight the points on the schedule, which are what we call big games. Obviously, you have big games that are sprinkled in there too, but the first game of the year is a huge game. If you can win that and get off to a good start. The next most important game is the first district.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting a little bit of an early start here tonight as this kickoff goes down to the 19-yard line. Return there out across the 25 to the 30 and down to about the 32-yard line. Decent return of 13 yards on the play, and the Panthers will take over there deep in their end of the field. Thomas Lee, Pete Nielsen, Alex Sterling, Bart Castle alongside as well. We welcome you in to our broadcast location on the concourse here at Mustang Panther Stadium. We're ready to get this thing going here tonight for what should be a fantastic night of high school football. So the Panthers take over, all black jerseys with white numerals, black trim, black helmets with the Heritage red paw on the side. Shotgun set for Roan to begin things off. Camden Roan, the junior captain, 6th in the area in passing. Fired, tipped over the middle. It is caught, hauled in at that point by Ahmed. Ahmed breaks the tackle to the outside and across the 40 to the 45 and finally pushed out at the 28-yard line. Abdullah got his fingertips on it, but Ahmed still hauls it in as it goes for 39 yards and a first down for the Panthers on their first play from scrimmage.
And they're right on the line of scrimmage, ready to go here. So the offense looking to speed this Trinity defense up.
First down and 10 now at the Trojan 28-yard line from the right hash. 3 receivers right, that's the short side of the field, 2 to the left. Design QB run, runs into a world of trouble and gets knocked down a couple yards back behind the line of scrimmage. He may have been able to fight his way near the line. He's going to lose 1 yard on the play as the defense was suffocating, led on the charge by who else but Sam Leota.
Leota and Justice Gregg also in there late to wrap up, and looked like that might have been a bit of a broken play for Colleyville.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. It's a pistol formation with Roan. Williams on his right hip, fake to him, stands tall in the pocket, fired left side. This is caught. Ahmad at the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown Panthers in 52 seconds. It's Ahmed again as Roan hits him from 29 yards out for the first score of the night.
Just a straight post pattern that time, and he cut in front of the defender. A perfect throw on time by the quarterback, Roan, and Heritage on the scoreboard quickly.
That's the start that Coach Willis and the team wanted for sure, as they are able to drive it down in a quick striking drive, just 3 plays. Extra point attempt. Good snap, good hold. It angles to the right. It's up and it's good. New score from Mustang Panther Stadium. Trojans 7, Panthers nothing. We'll return to Mustang Panther Stadium after these messages. You're listening to Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio.
When it comes to keeping your ticker running like clockwork, look no further than Texas Health Harris Methodist Hospital, Hurst-Euless-Bedford. We offer comprehensive heart and vascular services ranging from vascular screenings, electrophysiology, and cardiac cath procedures to minimally invasive thoracic to open heart surgeries and cardiac rehabilitation. What it basically comes down to is you can count on us, like clockwork, for your heart care needs. Learn more at texashealth.org/HEB.
Heritage scores their first drive of the night. 29-yard touchdown pass from Camden Roan to Kevon Ahmad. 3 plays, 67 yards, 52 seconds off the clock. 11:08 to go in the first quarter. Colleyville Heritage leads Trinity 7-0. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
And that was as impressive as a start as you could hope for if you're a Heritage fan there, Peter.
Outstanding start. It looked like they may be playing a little quicker than the Trinity coaching staff expected, and Nice throw, nice pattern there for the touchdown, and before you know it, here it's 7-0. That'll get your attention.
Wilson, Garrett, and Poe all back inside the 5. It's an onside kick. Picked up there, and the Trojans are taking it back. 10-5, touchdown Trinity. What an answer. Went for the onside. Was Squibber to the left side of the formation. Tried to catch everybody napping, but it did not fool Michael Garcia as he takes it back for the touchdown.
Well, any momentum that they had after that 3-play drive just went right out the window. What a great, smart play by Garcia. And he knows exactly what to do when he gets the football, puts his nose down and runs north to the end zone. Trinity on the scoreboard themselves.
Let's go down the field, check in with Bart Castle.
Yeah, fellas, on that play, you could tell Michael Garcia literally saw the play coming to him, and more quickly than Colleyville was headed his direction. I mean, he caught the ball on the dead bounce run, and he was headed to the house, and by the time he caught it, literally Colleyville ran right past him, and there was nobody to catch him. Great play by Michael Garcia, sniffing it out almost as the kicker, it looked like, approached the ball.
Well, during Bart's report, Prieto boots the extra point up and good. Your score is now tied as one more second has elapsed off the clock since the last time we told you. 11:03 left to go first quarter. Trojans and Panthers tied at 7. You're listening to Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio.
First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us with products and services designed to make your banking life as stress-free as possible. Need an interest-bearing savings account? Done. Want to deposit a check from your office? No problem. Feel the need to pay a bill at 3 a.m.? We're up for it. No matter what, no matter when, we've got you covered. And that's a promise you can take to us. Bank on us. First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us. Located on the northwest corner of Highway 183 and FM 157. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. Online at go2fbt.com.
On the ensuing kickoff, Michael Garcia goes 47 yards on the onside kick for a Trinity touchdown. 11:03 to go in the first quarter. We are now tied at 7. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
Here's a kickoff deep down the right side. Inside the 5, Harrison Ducros is going to take it there, angling left to the 15 to the 20. He is going to be engulfed by 3 different Trojan defenders down at the 22-yard line. 19 yards on the return for Harrison Ducros, who, by the way, is committed to Boise State, the only college commit on this Panther roster coming into the night. Lots of other guys getting looks, but he's the only one who's made a decision. So we'll see the Panthers offense out here for the second time. And the first drive couldn't have gone better, Peter. They're going to try to build on that momentum.
You would think you're going to see a lot more of that hurry up, and it'll be up to the Trinity coaching staff to make the adjustments that they need to slow them down.
Ronan a shotgun set, empty set, 2 receivers left at the short side of the field, 3 to the right. Good pass back, steps into the pocket, throws a fade down the left side. It is a couple steps ahead of Harrison Ducros, who checked in on offense on that play. Great coverage by John Davis down the side. Incompletion brings up second down.
Davis looked like he was in better position to catch the football, in fact, and good job that time by John, not giving up the field, the ball to get over his head. Set up second down.
Taking their time, play clock down to 18. That normally doesn't happen for this Panther team. They can mix it up, though, tempo-wise. They can go at a breakneck NASCAR pace, or they can slow it down, huddle up, and make sure everything is in order. They're still in the huddle, though, with 6 on the clock. May take a timeout here.
This is more time than they spent in the whole first drive.
And they're going to take a timeout. Timeout on the field. Tie score 7 apiece between Trinity and Colleyville Heritage. Back to Mustang Panther Stadium after these messages on Champion Sports Radio.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Back here at Mustang Panther Stadium, we're tied at 7 apiece. There's the snap play, fake pass over the middle. Ahmed goes through his fingertips. He was about to take a huge shot. from the standout safety, Cameron Jones. It's incomplete. It's going to bring up now 3rd and 10. Roan is the quarterback, a junior who is really taking command of this offense. He's 6th in the area in passing, 942 yards, 9 touchdowns coming in, 4 INTs. He's also rushed for a team-leading 255 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown to boot. Tommy Hall, senior, is out there. Jervon Theowen, another receiver, a junior, and then, of course, the aforementioned Ahmed. On 3rd and 10, play fake. Roan rolls out to his right, fires left side, caught by Ahmed, and he is pushed out. Close coverage on the play by Justice Gregg as the senior forces him out of bounds, but Ahmed is able to pick up the first down as he gets exactly what he needed. And it's going to be a first down for the Panthers after an 11-yard pitch and catch from Roan to Ahmed.
Really nice throw that time by Roan, running to his right, the left-hander throwing across his body for the completion. Justice Gregg's in absolute perfect position, but can't stop it before the first down.
3 receivers right. That's the short side of the field, 2 to the left. They were looking right now as to pull it down. Roan's going to be hit from behind and is going to be dropped. And fighting off 2 blockers to get in and make the tackle is big Christopher Daniels as the senior records the tackle. Just his 7th of the season, and that's because he gets doubled and triple teamed every snap of the year.
You have to account for Chris, and if you don't, that's what happens. So far, they're not double teaming Christopher, and he's made 2 tackles early in this football game.
Ahmed wide right, lone receiver to the short side of the field, 2 receivers left. Tied in on the line, Roan. Play fake to Williams, goes to the air, seam route. It is caught. Great catch by Ahmed. It was fantastic coverage on the play by Cater Coho. Gain of 18 yards in the pitch and catch. It's a first down for the Panthers. The offensive line from left to right. Nick Walters, a senior. Patrick Blassingame, a senior, is the left guard. The center is a junior, Jacob Kramer. Gordon Richards, the right guard, a junior, and the right tackle, Karel Prazek, a senior. 1st and 10 from the midfield stripe. Play fake. Again, deep bomb down the right side. It is off the fingertips of Ahmed, who is the central focus point. Excuse me, check that. Actually, the pass is intended for Jervon Sophion, a junior who is the 2nd leading receiver on the team. But just about every time Roan drops back, he's looking for Ahmed with good reason. He's a special young man.
They did a good job on Ahmed that time, and he went downfield. Again, the safety, Cameron Jones, puts his hand up there at the last minute and might have blinded the receiver so he couldn't catch the football.
Sophion wide right. Now he moves in motion to the left side. Play fake. Seam route caught by Ahmed, and as soon as he catches the ball high in the air, he is hit by Davis. Davis is able to bring him down. It's going to be enough for a first down to the 40 on a 10-yard pitch and catch.
That time they put Ahmad in motion, and as he came out of the backfield, he ran a little wheel route. Nice throw once again by the quarterback, Rowan. It's just he's dumping it between the linebacker and the safety each time.
Hall wide left, Ahmed slot left. That's the wide side of the field, but not by much. Ball right in the middle. Sophion wide right. Inside give, and some tough yards inside from Jamari Williams as the senior takes it down inside the 40 to the 37 for a 3-yard gain.
Williams is a downhill runner, and looks like it's going to take folks to bring him down. They're already at the line of scrimmage, T.
2nd and 7. Play fake. Lots of time for Roan. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his left, and the left-hander chunks it to the sideline. Catch is made by Hall at the 33-yard line. Gain of close to 4 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Nice job of Rowan extending the play that time because he wanted, as normal, to go to Ahmed, but they had him bottled up, double covered. He extended the play enough, but here's the first 3rd down of the football game for Heritage. Didn't have one on the first drive, but for either team. That's right.
Trojans yet to run a play from scrimmage after they return an onside kick attempt for a touchdown. Garcia took it to the house. 3rd down and 3. Handoff, trying to get around the outside, tripped up by the diving Brady Rabbit. Rabbit got his ankles, but Williams was able to fall forward for a 5-yard gain, stumbles for a first down for the Panthers.
I think the way you need to bring Mr. Williams down is that way, the way Brady Rabbit did, but he came up late, and another first down for Heritage to keep the drive alive.
2 receivers left. 1 to the right. From the left hash, pass on a slant. Great break by Jones. He almost picked it off as the pass was intended for Cole Herpin. Junior can't hang on. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Cameron Jones is a football player. I don't care if he's a sophomore or not. He just can play football, and You can't teach what he just did, Thomas. He just reacted to the football. You can tell the kid, hey, you got to run to the football, but you can't teach what he just did.
2-by-2 spread for Roan from the left hash on 2nd down and 10 from the Trojan 28. Shotgun snap back, handoff, no play fake, pulls it out of the belly, runs up. He's grabbed from behind and dragged down. He's able to get a few yards out of it. He got 3 on the play. Tackle, credit on that with E.J. Gisa, who held on and rode him down. 3rd and 7 upcoming.
That was a good-looking play that time, but the Trinity defense really flowed to the football and sets up a long 3rd down this time for Colleyville Heritage.
13th play of the drive here for the Panthers on the left hash from the Trojan 25. 3rd down and 7. They need to take it inside the 18-yard line. 2-by-2 spread. Roan with an adjustment. Play fake. Hit the backfield and sacked. Double team. Justice Gregg came from the right and flying in from the left side with a bead on the quarterback was Justin Asuncion. The 2 knock him down for a 5-yard loss.
Well, you got to do that. You got to get him out of rhythm, and they Coach Tryon chooses to send both of his outside linebackers, and they meet at the quarterback. They set up for a long field goal attempt for Colleyville Heritage here.
Spotted down at the 37. It's a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. 37 is his long on the season. He's 4 for 4. This one is up. Plenty of leg on this one, and it's through. Equaling his season high of 37 yards. Max Allen boots it through, and the Panthers take a lead for the 2nd time tonight. Colleyville Heritage 10, Trinity 7, 7:22 left to go in the first quarter. Back to Mustang Panther Stadium after these messages. And Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio continues in a moment.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores. 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hurst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Max Allen with a 47-yard field goal gives Colleyville Heritage the lead. 14 plays, 48 yards, 3:41 off the clock. 7:22 to go here in the first quarter. Colleyville Heritage leads Trinity 10-7. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball, HEB.
It's a big kick there, Peter. Pretty impressive for the senior.
And that, that had 3 or 4 yards to spare. That could have been good from 50. No wind to speak of tonight, but what a nice drive, what a nice kick. And boy, if you're Coach Willis, you got to be happy.
I'm expecting Allen to kick this one deep.
I think.
And he does. Deep down the left side. Garrett's underneath it, bobbles it, now picks it back up at the 2, makes a man miss, gets to the outside and tackled down by Harrison Ducros at the 7-yard line, and that is where the Trojan drive will begin. Their first snap of the ball game coming, 7:16 left to go here in the first quarter.
And already with 7 points on the board. So obviously you got to find a way to keep some clock, run some clock here. Your defense has been on the field almost the whole football game, and we'll see what this Heritage defense can do against this Trinity offense that just has been so efficient running the football through the first 4 games of non-district play.
From their own 7, here comes Tyler Natey, the 6'1", 239-pound senior quarterback, 18th in the area in rushing. He's got 2 tight ends and 2 backs in the backfield as Natey steps under center. 1st and 10 from the right hash on their own 7. Play fake, rolling to his left, has lots of room to roam. He's just going to take off to the 10, to the 15, picks up a block, and forced out of bounds right near the 20-yard line. Gain of 13 on the play and a naked bootleg that goes for a first down.
So we talk about 15 minutes of the pregame show about how Trinity is going to pound the football. Not so fast, my friend. A little play action, nothing downfield, so Natey does what he does best and runs around the corner. Big gain on first down, a first down for the Trojans.
J-Ron Wilson joins him in the backfield, 4th in the area in rushing with over 615 yards on the season and 5 touchdowns at just 4 ball games. He's on the left hip of Natey, and a shotgun set here, 1st and 10. Trojans on their own 20 from the left hash. Handoff, no play fake. Natey keeps it. Big holes. He leaps over a linebacker and down.
to the 33-yard line. Another gain of 13 yards for Nate, and another first down for the Trinity Trojans. The wide receivers in the formation, Noah Weintier, 5'10", 156-pound junior. Greg Garner, a 6', 176-pound junior. Tight end is Caleb Cumbie, 6', 237-pound senior. The offensive line features a quick tackle, Latu Maile, 297-pound senior, standing 6'1". The quick guard is Manasseh Mose, 6'1", 297 pounds, a junior. We'll give you the rest of the offensive line after this 1st and 10 play. Ball in the middle of the field from their own 33. 1st and 10, pass Nate left side. Weintier has it, picks up a block, and he's going to be spun down, but not until he picks up a first down. Needed 10, got 10. That's 3 plays from scrimmage and 3 first downs for the Trinity Trojans. The center is Latu Kata, 5'9", 246-pound senior. Joel Cumbie is the strong guard at 6'1", 263 pounds, a junior. Lupetti Vacasiola is the strong tackle at 6'2", 274 pounds, a senior. And now we have a
you better stop that.
problem with a whistle in the stands. The officials are going to put the kibosh on that as soon as possible.
Speaking of being in the stands, I feel like I'm part of the ESPN Sunday Night Baseball crew sitting out in the bleachers. This is kind of unique. Sitting literally on the 50-yard line outside here at Mustang Panther Stadium. It's a different look. It's a bit of a challenge, but, we're having fun.
Garner wide right. That's the wide side field. Weintier wide left. Handoff is through the middle. Wilson hit pretty much the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a yard gain. Inside move by the nose guard. Keandre Johnson limits that to just a 1-yard gain. It's 2nd and 9, but we do have a flag down on the play. Sideline warning is the infraction. I'm not sure who it's on.
It's on this side. It's on the Heritage side, and quite typically you'll see the coaching staff with the palms up, and the official just simply wants the wide area.
They need to be able to move up and down the sideline unobstructed to be able to follow the action.
That's not why
especially with how quickly these two teams can pick up yards in chunks, and also the way that the Panthers like to snap the ball very quickly as well.
Not sure what the conversation is about now, but Coach Willis and our head official are in a rather, not intense, but direct conversation.
Resuming play, the 2nd down and 9.
Looks like we're ready to begin now. There's the whistle to start the play clock. One receiver left, one to the right. Now fullback swings up to a wingback on the left side. It's 2nd and 9. Trojans on their own 44. Nate with a fake, rolls out, pass out of the backfield to the wingback. It's caught to the 45 to the 40, cuts back across the grain, still on his feet and finally pushed out at the 30-yard line. What a fancy play there. Elijah Tassini goes in motion, clean release, and it goes for 26 yards and a Trojan first down.
Wherever Trayvon Wilson goes, 3 Colleyville Heritage defenders are going. You fake it to him, those 3 guys are out of the play, you dump it to your fullback, he's wide open over the middle, huge first down.
2 receivers right. Gardner wide right, Weintier slot right. Shotgun set for Nate from the Panther 30. Inside give, Wilson runs through one tackle, around the edge, runs through another, still on his feet, lowers his shoulder, down the sideline, and finally knocked out of bounds inside the 15 at the 12. That's an 18-yard gain for Jaron Wilson, who had to shake off 3 defenders to finally get there and get the first down.
The first contact was when he got the handoff. He makes that guy miss. Then he turns the corner, makes the guy miss, and then lowers the boom on the corner downfield. Another Trinity first down as they continue to march.
5:16 and counting left to go here in the first quarter. Panthers with a 10-7 lead on Trinity. Trinity knocking on the door in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the Heritage 12. Under center is Nate, 2 receivers left, I formation. Second man through is Wilson. He gets the carry, and he is hit by 5 different Panther defenders on the inside of that defensive alignment. Give a lot of credit to Jordan Porter, the free safety, second leading tackler on the team, who came up and kind of led the charge and gave him an opportunity to be able to make the stop. It's 2nd and 9.
Well, the Panthers are just playing 8 or 9 guys in the box, and that's why your free safety has that opportunity to come up to make that play. But still, good job by the other defenders swarming onto the football, and We have a replay, I think an equipment adjustment that has to be made. That's what stopped the clock, but our official puts the game back in the clock, back in action.
One
motion.
receiver wide left, I formation. Greg Garner, the junior, is now in motion towards the middle of the formation. Handoff Wilson following a great pulling guard. Gets close to 7 yards inside the 5 and down to the 4. It's going to be 3rd down and about 2 for Trinity.
Caleb Cumby, the tight end, also pulled and led through the hole, almost like a fullback that time, and he got a nice block as well. And 3rd down and 3. Be interesting to see if they don't pick up the first down, what they choose to do. Good drive for the Trojans.
Weintier sprints out wide to the right. 2 tight ends, I formation. Quick toss right side. Wilson following some blocks. Goes all the way in for the touchdown. J-Ron Wilson striking pay dirt once again. His 6th rushing touchdown of the season as he scampers in from 4 yards out.
He gets out in open field, but the guy who made the big reception on this drive, Tassini, who made the big block to get him into the end zone. That's a typical Trinity drive right down the field and into the end zone.
On to attempt the extra point. Julio Prieto. Out of the hold of Noah Weintier. No, fakes, rolls out to the right side, pass to the end zone. The 2-point try is good. Sam Leota hauls it in. He was the wing on the right side, released out of his block, spun around, a perfect pass from Weintier, and the 2-point try is good. New score from Mustang Panther Stadium. Trojans 15, Panthers 10. 3:44 left to go here in the first quarter. You're listening to Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
4-yard touchdown run by J-Ron Wilson gives Trinity its first lead of the game. 9 plays, 93 yards on the touchdown drive. Took 3 minutes, 38 seconds. Trinity got the 2-point conversion as well. 3:44 to go here in the first quarter. Trinity leads Heritage 15-10. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
I love it. It's the first game of district. You know these two coaches have been waiting for this for a long time. We've had an onside kick attempt. We've had a 2-point conversion out of a fake extra point try.
And it's only the first quarter.
We still got 3:44 left in the opening quarter. Kickoff all the way down to the 6-yard line. Going to be taken out there to the 10 to the 15. Runs through 1 tackle, still on his feet, and finally pulled down just shy of the 30. Harrison Ducrow's tackled on the play. For the Trojans, it's Nila Kazatati with the stop, and it's going to bring up the 3rd offensive possession after a return of 22 yards by Harrison Ducrow's.
Well, it's time to see what the adjustments that Donald Tryon, defensive coordinator for Trinity, does now. Because you know him. He's a great coach. He usually waits till halftime to have to make some adjustments, but needs to do it a little bit quicker today, slow down this outstanding receiver, this outstanding passing game of Colleyville Heritage.
2 drives and points on each of them. Touchdown on the opening possession, field goal on the second try. Here's Roan for the 3rd time tonight. Play fake. Rolls to the right, half step, throws back to the left side, and it's incomplete off of the outstretched fingertips of Jordan Porter. And that's now, I think, by my unofficial count, the 3rd Panther that I've seen play take snaps on both sides of the ball.
And that was Leota who came hard for the Trojans up the middle to maybe blow that play up a little bit, and maybe Roan had to throw it a tick too quick and a little bit behind his receiver, setting up the 2nd down.
Harrison Ducrow, the starting cornerback, is flanked out wide to the left. Ball on the left hash, 2 receivers to the right. Snap back, inside give, and he's going to get a nice chunk of yards there as he's able to move the pile forward. Gets about 4 down to the 32-yard line. Williams again pounding it inside. Check that. That's Porter on the carry, as Porter is now in the backfield in place of Jamari Williams. Play fake on 3rd down. Deep bucket ball down the left side. Some hand fighting, and pass intended for Harrison Ducrow's. It is incomplete.
Pretty good coverage. Step for step down the sideline with him was Cater Coho, and it's going to bring up fourth down now and 6 for the Panthers.
Well, Trinity defense gets the stop that I was talking about. Good job that time by Coho. You're right, Thomas. A little hand fighting. Official says that both of them are doing it. He's not going to throw the flag, and Trinity defense will get off the field.
Corday Burns standing back at his own 35-yard line, awaiting the punt from Holden Lyons, averaging 39.7 yards per kick on the season. Low pass, bounces back to him. He just tries to kick it on the ground, and the Trojans have recovered inside the Panther 30-yard line. It one hop back to him. I don't think he ever cleanly fielded the ball, and he just tried to get it forward somehow. He swipes at it, and it is recovered on the play by Kyler Durston. Durston's going to set it up for the Trojans at the 26-yard line in Heritage territory.
Well, that's a case of a punter that wanted nothing to do with that Trinity bunch coming right after him. He didn't even try to pick it up. He tried to give it a soccer kick, and no luck. And look at a great starting field position now for the Trojans inside the 30-yard line of Colleyville Heritage.
Two receivers left, shotgun set for Nate. Pulls it out of the belly of the back, throws it left side. Weinteer's got the catch, and he's forced out of bounds after a gain of close to 7 on the play. Said he stepped out at the 19. Good pitch and catch on a quick out to Weinteer, and once again, Nate on the money with his toss.
Well, when you have 8 or 9 guys up against the run, that's what you got to do to loosen them up. A nice throw by Tyler that time, and boy, Noah Weinteer having himself a good first quarter.
Second down and 3 for the Trojans on the 19. Weinteer is wide left. That's the short side of the field. 2 receivers to the right. Snap back and a handoff, and a great tackle made. Coming hard off the edge was Trevor West, the defensive end. He's able to slow down Dejon Garrett. No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 3.
That's a nice job by West Thomas, but he doesn't make that tackle. That could have busted for big yards for the Trojans, and another 3rd down.
Wide right in the formation. Michael Garcia, who returned the kick for a touchdown. This is a handoff off right guard. Still on his feet, spins away at the 5, lowering the shoulder, carrying tacklers inside and down to the 3. Amazing run there by Dejon Garrett as he's able to move the chains. As goes for a 16-yard gain and sets up 1st and goal.
Garrett with a great job that time. That's why Trinity's so gifted. They have a great back in Wilson, and then Garrett just comes in, and he's just a spark plug and hard to bring down. Huge 3rd down pickup. Trinity knocking on the door.
1st and goal from the 3 jumbo package, 3 tight ends, 2 backs. Garrett, the deep man. It's going to be a fullback belly dive, and Tassini launches himself into the end zone for the touchdown. Elijah Tassini, 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, as the Trojans stamp another one on the scoreboard.
Well, you block, you make a catch on the last drive. Why not give the guy a bone? And he knows what he wants to do when he gets near the end zone. Into the end zone goes Tassini for another Trinity Trojan touchdown.
Prieto to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Weinteer. Good snap, good hold. And the kick is up, and it is good. New score from Mustang Panther Stadium. Trojans 22, Panthers 10. 1:13 left to go here in the first quarter. Trinity Trojan football on Champion Sports Radio continues in a moment.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
Back-to-back offensive touchdown drives for Trinity, capped off by a 3-yard touchdown run by fullback Elijah Tassini. 4 plays, 26 yards, 1:48 off the clock. 1:13 to go here in the first quarter. Trinity leads Colleyville Heritage 22-10. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
Here's the approach and the boot. Kickoff's going to go all the way down into the end zone. It's going to be picked up there, and they're going to think about taking a knee, and finally does. And that will be a touchback, and the Panthers will start on their own 25-yard line. Let's set the Trojans defense while we have a second. Defensive ends Josh Newble, 5'9", 231-pound senior. Samuel Leota, the other side, 6', 255-pound junior. E.J. Gisa, 1 tackle, 6'1", 303 pounds, a senior. Chris Daniels, the other, 6'4", 312 pounds, also a senior. The middle linebacker is Devin Abdullah, 5'11", 211-pound senior, converted from running back to middle linebacker this season, and he's played great, second on the team in tackles coming into tonight's ball game. Tomasi Grew, the weak side backer, 6', 186 pounds junior. Justice Gregg on the strong side leads the team in tackles, a 5'9", 182-pound senior. The defensive backs, John Davis at one quarterback position, a junior, 6', 166-pounder. Cater Coho, the senior, on the other side, 5'10", 174 pounds. Brady Rabbit is the rover, 5'10", 170-pound senior. And Cameron Jones, the free safety, 6', 175-pound sophomore. Holding on the return is going to take the line of scrimmage back to the 15 instead of the 25. So here's Roan and company again, 1st and 10 from their own 15. Snap is back, looking right, quick pass, catch is made, and a great job of fighting off the block and making the tackle on the outside. What a great combination that is for the Trojans, and Rabbit and Coho combining for a 1-yard loss on the play as a pass is hauled in on the outside by Hall.
Coho simply wasn't going to get blocked, and you got to the ball carrier, to the receiver right as the ball got there. What an outstanding play by Cater.
Roan sends a man in motion. Play fake inside, looking to the air. Seam route caught. Ahmed bounces off one tackler and then is thrown down. On a sure-handed tackle by Nila Kazatati. It's going to go for 16 yards, and it's a first down for the Panthers.
Well, that's the play that's hurt Trinity all night, and this time it looks like the receiver took a pretty good shot. Ahmed came out. It's coming out of the game. I think he got his bell rung a little bit, but they keep finding that hole in the center of the zone, and again, the quarterback, Rowan, finds it, and it's a good pickup.
Ahmed has to check out for this play. He's getting a breather, I think, after a hard tackle. High snap on first down, seam route. Nobody looking except for the defensive back, and I think it was picked off. Trying to convince everybody that he made the catch, and he did. It's an interception for Cameron Jones, his second INT of the year.
Well, that's the difference when Ahmed's not out there. The receiver goes out, never looks, and there's Cameron Jones stepping up and making another play for this defense. Outstanding job of reading the football, but your receiver's got to look back for it, and he just simply didn't.
Roan feeling pressure, had to get rid of it. It's a play that Ahmad plays. He makes over and over again as he's looking back on the quick hitch when he feels that blitz coming. Tough not having him out there for the Panthers. Here's the Trojans for the second consecutive drive, starting in Heritage territory. Play fake to the outside, running forward, carrying tacklers. 5, 6, 7, now 8. Give him 9 yards on the plays. He's finally brought down at the 36. Nate again with a bruising run between the tackles.
He's just, one guy just can't bring him down.
And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 22-10 is your score. Trinity on top of Colleyville Heritage. We return to Mustang Panther Stadium after these messages on Champion Sports Radio.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute. Online at gdyo.org/jazz.
And welcome back here to Mustang Panther Stadium. We start the second quarter. Trinity on top, 22-10. They'll face a second down and 1 as they were about to break the huddle at the 36-yard line in Heritage territory. And a very impressive opening quarter. All the momentum, Peter, in the very beginning was going the way of the home team, Colleyville Heritage.
Yeah, and Trinity gets that onside kick, and that took air out of the balloon after that first really impressive free play drive. And then, you turn it over twice in the first quarter. You can't turn the ball over against Trinity. They're going to make you pay for it, and so far that's exactly what's happened.
Weintier wide right, Garner slot right. I formation for Nate on 2nd down and 1. Play fake, going to the air, pass on the in cut. It is caught inside the 20 and down near the 18. Weintier had to shield off the defender. That was really great coverage by Marcus Mosley, the sophomore, but it goes for 18 yards on 2nd and 1 and another Trojan first down.
I feel like I say this every game. He doesn't make that throw last year. He just stays in the pocket and just throws a BB. Great coverage. Great catch, though, by Weintier. I believe that's his 3rd catch already for the evening.
Wide right is Garcia. Slot right is Burns. Burns now in motion towards the line of scrimmage, towards the quarterback, I should say. The handoff is to Javante Poe, and he is upended after a gain of maybe only a yard, if even that, on the outside. Great job by the Panthers rallying to the football on that one.
I was just going to say that. They really play hard and run to the football. Obviously, their key is the running back, and Nate's done a good job of trying to alleviate some of that pressure with the running, with him running, and as well as throwing. He's done a good job through the air so far as well.
No gain on the play. Weintier wide left. Slot left is Garner. Shotgun set for Nate. From the Panther 18, hits a fake on a handoff. Stiff arms one defender. Nate fighting hard and fighting forward, gets maybe a yard. But a great job again combining on the stop. Led on the play. Well, by pretty much any Panther you want to name, there were so many in on the tackle to finally bring the big quarterback down.
A big 3rd down here, but out on the sideline, the news doesn't look very good for the Heritage offense. I think they've hidden the helmet of Mr. Ahmed.
Big play here, 3rd down and 9 for the Trojans with 10-10 and counting left to go here in the first half. Nate in a shotgun set. They're going to roll the pocket right. He's going to fire on the out cut, and it's going to bounce into the arms of Greg Garner. That's a nice stop on 3rd down by the Panther defense. I believe we will see a field goal try here for Trinity.
Well, Prieto's going to come on the field, and again, a nice drive for the Trojans, but Colleyville Heritage defense steps up. They really needed to. They don't want to go down much further against this Trinity offense, as well as they are going offensively. Get a stop here and a long field goal of 35 yards.
Just inside the 25-yard line as well. They're spotted. Out of the hold of Weintier, he is Julio Prieto. High snap, got it down. Kick is up on its way. Plenty of leg on this one, and it's just inside the right upright, and it's good. 35-yard field goal for Julio Prieto makes it a 35-10 lead for the Trinity Trojans over Colleyville Heritage. 9:49 left to go here in the first half. We'll be back to Mustang Panther Stadium after these messages on Champion Sports Radio.
What does a Level 3 Trauma Center mean in an emergency? Everything. And Texas Health HEB is the only Level 3 Trauma Center in Northeast Tarrant County. Along with our Cycle 4 chest pain accreditation and Cycle 1 heart failure accreditation, that means an exceptional level of care is close by when you need it most. With 24-hour emergency physicians and highly trained nurses with advanced trauma certifications. When every second counts, nothing matters more. TexasHealth.org/HEB.
35-yard field goal by Julio Prieto extends the Trinity lead. 6 plays, 28 yards, 2:13 off the clock. 9:49 to go here in the first half. Trinity leads Heritage 25-10. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
Big, strong answer from the Trojans. The 3 points extends it to a 15-point lead. Now 25-10 is your score. The Trojans about to kick it away. Wearing those new tops that they unveiled in the Lancaster game a couple of weeks ago in honor of legendary coach Steve Lineweaver.
That's 18 unanswered, Thomas, for this Trinity football team.
All the way down to the 10's going to be taken there. Angling back to the right side towards the middle of the field. Stiff arms a defender, and Harrison Ducros gets out across the 20 and down to the 22-yard line. A couple of Trojan defenders in on the stop, but again, it's going to be a long road to hoe for Colleyville Heritage after a 12-yard return.
There's Al Amor down there on special teams. First time I recall mentioning his name, but a good job, good tackling out in the open field.
Congratulations, Camden and Reed.
So 15-point lead for the Trojans, and the Panthers will try to cut into it on this drive here as they start on their own 22-yard line. Two receivers right, that's a short side of the field. Back to either side of the quarterback Roan. 1st and 10 from their own 22. Handoff up the middle, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more than that as the interior of the defensive line takes care of it. Nice job by Leota, and also Gisa knifing in there for no gain.
Second down, Panthers.
Mario Ortiz, no gain on the play. It'll be now 2nd down and 10. Shotgun snap back to Rome. Play fake to Ortiz. Fires deep seam down the middle. It is caught. That is a beautiful looking pass that falls right into the waiting hands of Cole Herpin, streaking on a skinny post. And that's going to be enough for a 20-yard gain and a 1st down for the Panthers.
Perfect doesn't describe that throw because I don't know how he fits it in there, but he does. And Cole Herpin with his first catch of the day. What a nice job there by the quarterback, Rowan. I'm pretty impressed with this left-hander.
I believe it's Herpin's 2nd catch on the night, but that's a big one right there, 20 yards right down the middle of the field. That is where the Panthers have attacked with the most success tonight. Play fake. Now he runs to the outside, going to be hit and dropped. Got 1 yard on the play. Justice Gregg made sure that he didn't get any more than that as the quarterback, Roan, takes off and tries to make something out of nothing.
Absolutely perfect job of breaking down and getting in that tackling positions by Justice Gregg. And Roan's a little bit elusive, but not that time. Nice job by Gregg.
Two receivers right, one to the left. 2nd down and 9. Play fake. No, he does hand off inside, and then the big hit on the quarterback is he kind of throws a shoulder on the would-be tackler. We got a penalty flag down at the end of the play. If it stands, it's going to go for a gain of 1.
Carried by Williams.
We will hear from our officiating crew here in a moment. They've got something to sort out. It's a personal foul against the defense.
Hands to the face. That's 15 yards.
So that's going to move the ball into Trojan territory for the Panthers and give them a fresh set of downs.
Not sure who it was, but it's 15 yards, and it keeps the drive moving here for Heritage.
From the 36 in Trojan territory, 1 receiver right. Now they're going to flip things around. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left. Another empty set for Roan. From the right hash, 1st and 10 on the Trojan 36. Shotgun snap back, step, quick strike over the middle, and it is going to be incomplete. Trying to hit another skinny post there to Herpin here, but only about 8 or 10 yards down the field. Trying to find some soft spots in the Trinity zone.
Brady Rabbit, the Rover, stayed back and played that perfectly, and I think if the ball would have been up a little bit more, he might have picked that one off. Really did a nice job of slow playing it, Thomas, and almost threw it right into coverage.
Trinity with a 25-10 lead on Heritage. Panthers with the ball. 2nd down and 10 from the 36. Quick pass, right side. Catch is made, spins off. Carries a tackler for another yard or 2 down to the 28. Gain of 8 on the play. It's a pass is hauled in on the outside by Herpin.
It's a nice job. Once again, Roan really got lit up that time and still stayed in there and made a nice throw.
High snap, tapped it to himself. Roan keeps the play alive. Pass over the middle. Catch is made. And then immediately spun down is Jervon Theothan.
Roan just continues to impress. That's a high snap, and he's able to come up with it and has the presence of mind to go downfield with the football. A nice catch at the end of it as well. Uh-oh.
This snap is not able to be tapped to himself as Roan has to run back and fall on top of it at the 41-yard line. He had to outrun Justice Gregg to that one. That was almost a photo finish. It's a 22-yard loss on the play.
I think it was Justice Gregg who was chasing him foot by foot and wasn't able to get there, but nice job by Roan of getting on the football. Huge loss, though, 21-yard loss.
Second down and 31. Got to get down inside the 10. Actually, they got to get down to the 9, so it's second down and 32. Empty set for Roan. He's got 3 receivers left and 2 to the right. Looking for a quick hitter right side, and that is a little low and behind the intended receiver. Only place really he could put it to make sure it didn't get picked off, and we have seen the return of Kivon Ahmed.
Apparently he passed all the tests and back out there in the football game, but not sure if that throw was low or not, but third down.
We'll check in with Bart. Maybe he has an update on the sideline after this. Handoff on the end around, back, and a deep throw on a double pass. And it goes a little too high. Intended deep downfield for Harrison Ducros. We go down to the field to check in with Bart Castle.
Yeah, Thomas and Pete, the training staff had Ahmed with them, and for 3 plays as they went down on the field, he tried to go out there, and they grabbed him by the shoulder pads and pulled him back. I'm not quite sure what he did to convince them just as I came around the end zone, but there must be some concern.
Maybe a quick kick, hard count. It's fourth down and 32 for the Panthers. I think that Roan may just line up and punt this one deep. Safeties are coming up. Nobody's back deep. This is going to be an end-over-end line drive kick inside the 15, inside the 10. Tried to stop it. I think he's going to give it to him as they make contact right at the 1. Conversation with the officials. But that is one heck of a play by Ahmed as he is able to down it after a 40-yard punt, nothing on the return. The officials are having a conversation. And I think they're going to say that it is going to be Trojan ball on the 1-yard line. They're still talking about it, though. So,
Thomas, I don't know about that call. Usually if the momentum takes you into the end zone, it's a touchback. So let's see if they what they decide here. Well, they're going to leave it at the 1-foot line.
Heck of an effort by Ahmed there. Long way to go here for the Trojans. 6:23 left to go here in the first half. Trinity with a 15-point lead in the ball, but they start from their own 1-yard line. 1 receiver wide left, 2 tight ends, 2 backs, eye set. Nate's under center. They're just going to go QB sneak, try to get a little breathing room. He surges forward for about a yard. Nice play by the interior of the defensive line for the Panthers.
Just got to get off the goal line and see what you can do. Maybe, you do that a couple of times and then you try something on third down. But literally the point of the football, the nose of the football was almost on the goal line.
Defense! 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 Defense!
Under center I formation. Nate with a handoff, hurdling over the line and down close to the 5. It was J-Ron Wilson. 3-yard gain on the play. It's going to set up now third down and 6 for the Trojans.
Well, if you don't pick up the first down here, at least your punter's not have his foot on the back of the end zone. So 5 yards needed for the first down, maybe 6, but gives you a little room for the punt as well. So big play right here.
1 receiver wide left, 2 tight ends, I formation again. Wilson behind Tassini. Third down and 6. Toss sweep left, trying to find a little bit of a crease. And that's a great job by Harrison Ducros and company fighting off the block and getting to the ball carrier. Modest gain of a couple on the play. It's going to bring up fourth down for Trinity.
Tell you what, great job by the free safety Porter running to the football as well. And boy, Colleyville Heritage does exactly what they need to do. Stop this Trinity drive without a first down and make them punt from way back in their end zone. Remember, Nate is the punter, Thomas. They don't go to that full punter position. It's almost like halfway back, so he's in the middle of the end zone.
Good pass back to him. Gets his big left foot into it, but this is not his best effort as it angles towards the sideline and barely clears the 20-yard line.
In fact, our line judge ran past it. Then somebody told him, hey, it's behind you. And I think he's going to mark it at the 18. That's probably where it went out of bounds.
He put it at the 19-yard line, so that's a 12-yard punt, nothing on the return. And a great opportunity here for the Panthers with 4:21 left to go, down 2 scores.
Well, the special teams for Colleyville Heritage made a great play to put the ball down all the way at that end. Now the defense makes a play, and now it's up for the offense to see what they can do with this outstanding field position.
One receiver wide left is Ahmed. One receiver wide right is Hall. 1st and 10, starting in the red zone on this drive are the Panthers. Ronan a shotgun set back to either side of him, and he's going to hand it off, trying to sweep around the right side, slow playing it, and finally hit. He's going to move it down near the 15-yard line. That's a nice chunk of yards there for Williams. It's going to bring up now 2nd down and 6.
Well, we talked about the size of Williams. Brady Rabbit, the safety, the rover, just hanging on for dear life to make that tackle.
Play action, no handoff between the tackles and nowhere to go. Maybe a yard, nothing more than that. It's going to get down. Actually, they're going to give him, I can't see where the officials are going to set it down. They're going to set it down at the 13-yard line. So 3rd down and 4, quickly to the line of scrimmage. Play fake, kept it, pulled it back out of the belly of the bag, sweeping to the left side. A timeout was taken by the Trojans with 3:32 left to go here in the first half. We'll take it as well. Trinity 25, Colleyville Heritage 10. It's a 7-6A opener. Trinity Trojan football continues in a moment on Champion Sports Radio.
First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us with products and services designed to make your banking life as stress-free as possible. Need an interest-bearing savings account? Done. Want to deposit a check from your office? No problem. Feel the need to pay a bill at 3 a.m.? We're up for it. No matter what, no matter when, we've got you covered. And that's a promise you can take to us. Bank on us. First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us. Located on the northwest corner of Highway 183 and FM 157. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. Online at go2fbt.com.
.332 left to go here in the first half. Trinity on top 25-10. Panthers with a golden opportunity here. 3rd down and 4 at the Trojan 13 on a drive that started in the red zone for Colleyville Heritage after a great punt and great coverage by Heritage, and not the best effort from the Trojan punter, Tyler Naty.
Kind of interesting that they choose to run the football twice when they've been so successful through the air. But with that said, still 3rd down and 4. Big play.
3rd and 4 from the right hash, 2x2 spread look for Rome. He's got Williams lined up in the backfield with him. Play clock at 15 as he approaches the line to change the coverage. Moves Williams onto his left hip. 3rd down and 4. Snap is back. He's going to pull it out, and he's going to be hit immediately. It's going to be a loss of the play. Boy, the Trojans were waiting on that one, spying both the running back and the quarterback. It's going to be a loss of a couple, brings up 4th down.
Justice Gregg's in the backfield with Ticini again. Justin Asuncion. The 2 outside linebackers made a play earlier in the football game on a 3rd down, getting to the quarterback. They do it again right there.
This one's going to be spotted just inside the 25. It's a 35-yard attempt out of the hold of Harrison Ducros. The boot is in, and what a great leg shown off here by Max Allen, his 2nd field goal of the night. This one from 35 yards out. The Trojan lead has been trimmed to 12. Trinity 25, Colleyville Heritage 13. 2:52 left to go here in the first half. Trinity Trojan football continues in a moment on Champion Sports Radio.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores. 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting. It's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hurst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Panthers kicker Max Allen with a 35-yard field goal to cut it into the Trinity lead. 4 plays, 2 yards, 1:29 off the clock. 2:52 to go here in the first half. Trojans 25, Panthers 13. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
In a game that's had a lot of offense. the Trinity defense really just stepped up. Ball started on the 19-yard line, only gives up 2 yards and forces the field goal. And that's really what you wanted to see of that Trinity defense here after struggling a little bit early in this football game.
Allen on the approach is about to kick it off from left to right here. It's going to be a pooch kick down the sideline. It's going to bounce to the 23, bobbled at the 20, now picked up around the right side. Some room to roam. 25-30. 35 accelerates across the 40. Carrying tackler across the 45 and down to the 48-yard line. 28-yard return for number 28, J-Ron Wilson. And the Trojans with great starting field position. 2:42 left to go here in the half and 2 timeouts in their back pocket.
Well, J-Ron does a good job after the bobble, and sometimes, Thomas, when you see the receiver bobble the football, the guys coming downfield defensively hesitate. They did that time, and J-Ron took it to the opposite side, but a good job of recovery by by Colleyville Heritage. Good starting field position for the Trojans.
2 receivers left, I formation. Nope. Tassini now flexes out as a wing back on the left side of the formation. 1st and 10 from their own 48. Play action fake. Nate turns and just had to get rid of it as 2 defenders were right in his face, including the defensive end, Trevor West. Floats it over the head of the intended receiver just to try to get rid of it and avoid the loss. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
That play just didn't look right. Somebody either lined up wrong or I'm not quite sure what happened, but a good job of Nate getting it out before he had to take the sack.
Weintier wide left. Garner wide right from near the right hash. Tyler Nate, I formation under center. 2nd down and 10 from their own 48. Toss sweep to Wilson on the right side. Makes one man miss, stays on his feet, and fights across the 50 down to the 49. It's a 3-yard gain for J-Ron Wilson. Before he's brought down by a host of defenders, including Marcus Mosley, the sophomore.
He's just so hard to bring down, and they had so many guys around the football. Clayton Moore is playing the line of scrimmage as the strong safety, and he was one of the guys that finally got him to the ground.
3rd down and 7 now for the Trojans from the right hash. 2 receivers left. They're going to roll the pocket that way. Nate steps up, avoiding the rush, lobs it down the field. Coming back for the ball was Corday Burns, and he couldn't quite make a sliding catch in on the coverage for the Colleyville Heritage Panthers. Thothion. And that was the big twin, as they say around these parts. Jervon, not German. And it's going to bring up 4th down and 7, and Nate back on to punt it away for the Trojans. Low snap back to him. Gets a better effort. Line drive kick inside the 30. Bounces inside the 20. Picked up at the 13. Is going to be hit double team there at about the 12 or 13-yard line.
It's Porter.
36 yards on the punt. Nothing on the return is Jordan Porter, who is averaging 28 yards per punt return coming into tonight. It's nailed, and I like the decision to go ahead and field it there. You're not giving up any more field position, but at the same time, you got to have sure hands, and Porter showing that there.
Yeah, he had somebody, a Trinity defender, right there as he picked it up. But with the numbers he has, Thomas, that you mentioned right there, why not take a chance? Make a big play for your team and able to hold on to the football at the same time.
Ronan Company starting deep in their own territory at their own 13-yard line from the left hash. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. 1:44 left to go here in the half. Direct snap back to the back and taking off with it and flying the other way. It's going to be taken out across the 35 and down to the 38-yard line on the play by Jamari Williams. Senior takes it for 25 yards and a 1st down for the Panthers.
Nobody accounted for Jamari Williams back there, and when he has open field, he can get down the field quickly. It's a big drive. It's a big bunch of yardage on 1st down.
Minute 35 left to go here in the half. The officials are trying to confer about something. There's the whistle, and the clock will start rolling. Same 2x2 spread. Play fake. Heavy pressure coming in. It is tipped by Leota. Samuela Leota gets his fingertips on the ball, and that saves a big play
They were sucking the defensive line in to throw a bubble screen to the outside.
He has one touchdown this year. He almost got himself another one that time. Screen pass, that offensive line just, you're supposed to hold for 4 counts, right? They held for 2. No chance to complete that. If they would have, that would have been big.
2-by-2 spread look on 2nd down and 10. Play fake. They're going to throw a quick pass to the right side. This is caught and driven backwards is Connor Cole, the junior H-back / tight end. He's going to get a handful of yards. They're going to give him forward progress, actually, to the 44-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. 3rd down and 4 as we go. No, the clock stops. He was pushed out of bounds, but also given forward progress at the same time. Minute 20 left to go here in the half. 3rd down and 4 for the Panthers on the right hash. Roan changing the protection. High snaps, able to get it down. Quick slant, tipped and almost caught for the 2nd time. Leota got his fingertips on it. Abdullah did in the first drive of the game tip it, and Ahmed came down with it. This one is caught after the tip. Right at the 50-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and that'll move the chains.
But the ball just fell into his lap. He was laying on the ground, and look what I got. Ball tipped straight up, and now they're going to talk about it.
Jermon Thothion credited with the catch right now. The officials are conferring about it on the midfield stripe. We go down with some closer eyes. Our own Bart Castle on the sideline.
Yeah, fellas, that ball was absolutely on the ground. If he came up with it, and again, the officials can't be everywhere, but that time the ball was definitely on the ground. There we go.
And they got it right.
And that's why they confer.
They're going to call it incomplete on the play now, and officials having a conversation with each other so that somebody might have had a better look at it. They can all talk about it, and they make a judgment call, and based on what we think happened, no replay available on that play, that more than likely it was an incomplete pass. Heck of an effort, though, even to make it close by Jermon Thothion.
How about our Bart Castle right on top of that right there and said the ball was on the ground, and a former official, same great job that time by the defense. Now they're going to go here on 4th down.
4th and 4, quick stop right side. This is caught by Cole, and that'll move the chains as he forces his way out of bounds down at the 46-yard line. In Trinity territory, pitch and catch of 12 yards on 4th and 4 as Roan finds Cole.
That's a huge pickup after that call to come back, keep your composure, and get the 1st down. Here they go again.
Play fake. Roan flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to dance around. Oh, and he is hit hard. Dropped by Sam Leota with a big tackle for a loss of a couple.
Leota, they did a good job of blocking him, but when Roan turned it up, Leota turned it up with him and delivered the blow, and kind of surprised he got up after that hit.
That is a timeout taken by Colleyville Heritage. We will take it as well. 50 seconds left to go here in the half. We'll be back to Mustang Panther Stadium after these messages. You're listening to Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio.
What does a Level 3 Trauma Center mean in an emergency? Everything. And Texas Health HEB is the only Level 3 Trauma Center in Northeast Tarrant County. Along with our Cycle 4 chest pain accreditation and Cycle 1 heart failure accreditation, that means an exceptional level of care is close by when you need it most. With 24-hour emergency physicians and highly trained nurses with advanced trauma certifications. When every second counts, nothing matters more. TexasHealth.org/HEB.
After the timeout by Heritage, they will face a 2nd down and 13. That's a good timeout there by Joe Willis. Let's talk about his story for a moment. He was head coach at Iran, not in Iran, but Iran in West Texas, which is about 30 minutes south of Rankin. Okay, let's give you a point you actually know where it is. It's about an hour and a half south of Midland. It's a combination of Ira and Ann, two oil boom towns that popped up.
Okay.
So he was the head coach out there and had a 22-12 record in 3 years. We'll continue his story here in a minute as they're ready and lined up to go at 2nd down and 13. Fake on the end around. He is hit and thrown down. 2 different Trojans in on the stop. It's a loss this time of another 3 yards back into Panther territory at the 48. We've got the penalty flag down on the play as well. as a face mask is going to be called against the Trojans. So instead of 3rd and 16, it's an automatic first down, and the Panthers have new life with 45 seconds left to go here in the half.
It was Pole that was down low. I don't think it was him that got the face mask, but there was a 2 or 3 Trinity defenders around the quarterback that time. That's a tough call. That gives them a first down and keeps the drive alive.
Ball's going to be spotted down at the 31-yard line on the right hash. Panthers trying to cut into this 12-point Trojan lead here before the break. 45 seconds in which to try and do it. Kivon Ahmed, sophomore, is wide to the right. Now they're going to move it back to the 34-yard line.
Well, the chains need to move too, if that's what they're doing. There you go.
First down and 10 at the Trojan 34. Roan sends a man in motion left to right. Snap goes over his head. He picks it up, and he is going to be hit and dropped back at the 48. They're going to mark him down at the 49-yard line. The lightning quick defense of the Trojans showing their might here in the waning seconds of the first half.
Justin Asuncion absolutely like a rocket off the corner. As soon as that ball was dropped, he comes, and there's no chance for the quarterback to do anything with the football. He does a good job holding on to it.
15-yard loss on the tackle by Asuncion. Quick strike over the middle. Ahmed catches it, makes one man miss, gets away from another tackler inside the 20 and spun down near the 18-yard line. Kivon Ahmed makes it happen. A 31-yard strike and a fresh set of downs for the Panthers with 9 seconds left to go here in the half.
Trinity's going to call a timeout, get their defense settled down. I'll tell you what, that's a good-looking wide receiver.
Boy, they like to move him in the middle, trying to create space in the zone, and Roan has been on the money with his throws all over the place, especially to Ahmed.
The middle of the football field, that's where the weakness is that they found, and that time he hits him full in stride, but he breaks 2 tackles and almost takes it to the house, but the big number on the scoreboard right now is 9 seconds.
Both teams with 1 timeout remaining here in the half with 9 seconds. I'm not sure that they're both going to get a chance to use them, but still they're both there. Going to be first down and 10. The line of scrimmage is, I think, the 18-yard line. Yeah, the ball is resting right on the 18, right in the middle of the field.
Well, with the field goal kicker as good as they have, you would think that they may take 1 shot and then depend on him to kick a field goal, but we'll see.
I wouldn't be surprised if they threw it to Ahmed again. Doc, he's had a big first half.
He has, Thomas. 7 catches, 154 yards, and a touchdown.
So I would look for number 20 wherever he goes. He is lined up on the right side of the formation right now. Slot right. First and 10 from the 18 with 9 seconds left in the half. Trojans lead at 25-13, but the Panthers trying to slice into that lead here in the waning seconds, the second quarter. Back to pass, heavy rush, gets away from 1, dives forward down to the 21, and now the Panthers will take their time out with 4 seconds left on the clock. And a good pass rush again by the front 4 of the Trojans.
Yeah, outstanding. He had no chance to even look downfield that time, and as expected, they're not going to try to run another play with 4 seconds left, and when you have a weapon like this kicker, why not run him out there and get you 3 points closer?
Allen's hit from 47 and 35 in the contest, and my guess is that he will come on here. And if he were to make it, he would make it a 9-point game. Right now, the score, Trinity 25, Colleyville Heritage 13. 7-6A opener for both teams.
Very competitive football game. Very well played on both sides of the football. And I'll be honest, I'm pretty impressed with this Cameron Roan. He knows what to do with the football. When you have a sophomore receiver as good as he's got in Ahmed, take advantage and feed him the football, and that's exactly what they're doing.
They're going to spot this thing down at the 28-yard line out of the hold of Harrison Ducros. Max Allen going to approach it near the right hash, trying to bang home a 38-yarder. Plenty of leg on this one. Angles it back to the left. It is up, and it is good. The 3rd field goal of the first half for Max Allen. So at the break, your score 25-16, Trinity on top of Colleyville Heritage. And a great response after an opening touchdown drive by the Panthers, and then nothing but field goals given up after that first minute of contest. We go down to the field, check in with Bart Kessels with Chris Jensen.
Coach, when you talked to Thomas in the Coaches Show interview, you said you had to come out and play angrier, quicker, and it looks like that's exactly what happened after Michael Garcia read the kicker's mind, and even the game, you guys really played well the rest of the half.
Yeah, we're playing really well. It just seems like we're having to overcome some crappy calls by the officials. I'm getting tired of it. I really am. It's like we got to make 2 plays for one of them to count. But I'm proud of our kids. We're going to come out strong in the second half.
Talk a little bit about slowing down the pass. The front four really has done a good job, and you can imagine you'll continue to see some throws in the second half.
No doubt. You're going to have to pressure this kid because he's too good to let him sit back there in halftime. Good receivers, good quarterback. So it's kind of odd, but you got to, you can't leave it all on your secondary and defend the pass. The front guys got to get in there.
But unlike the Galena Park game, you're up at half, and you've got that to build on.
That's right. We're happy to be, anytime it's close at half and have a lead. We just got to had some frustration early in the first half, calm them down, and then we'll come out and do our thing.
All right, great first half, Coach. That's head coach Craig Jensen of the Trojans. They lead at halftime, 25-16. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Bart. Thanks also to Coach Jensen for taking the time to answer those questions before going in at the half. So here we are. We have arrived at the Texas Health HEB halftime show. Your score at the break in the 7-6A opener, Trinity 25, Colleyville Heritage 16. Trojans will start the second half with the ball. But before that, we've got a lot to get to. We've got to check the scoreboard. And a busy Thursday night of action here, the last Thursday night in the month of September. We'll have stats with Alex Sterling. We'll have a first half recap with Sweet Pete Nielsen. All that more. We continue in a moment from Mustang Panther Stadium. Once you're getting your score at the break, 25-16. Trinity on top of Colleyville Heritage. Texas Health HEB halftime show continues right after these messages.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
At Texas Health Harris Methodist Hospital, Hurst-Euless-Bedford, we don't want you to walk through our doors. Nope, not ever. But we know life can throw you surprises, and when it does, we'll be there. Our experienced staff and technologically advanced care is dedicated simply to your health. From 24-hour emergency trauma care to rehabilitation and therapy to women's health services, we're equipped to handle your health needs. Why leave your health to chance? Visit texashealth.org/HEB to learn more.
First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us with products and services designed to make your banking life as stress-free as possible. Need an interest-bearing savings account? Done. Want to deposit a check from your office? No problem. Feel the need to pay a bill at 3 a.m.? We're up for it. No matter what, no matter when, we've got you covered. And that's a promise you can take to us. Bank on us. First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us. Located on the northwest corner of Highway 183 and FM 157. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. Online at go2FBT.com.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hurst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. if Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
And welcome back here to Mustang Panther Stadium. Thomas Lee here with you as we are at the Texas Health HEB halftime show. Your score at the break, Trojans 25 and the Colleyville Heritage Panthers 16. It's a 9-point game here at the break in the 7-6 opener. Kind of what we expected to see here. A couple teams that played to a 14-0 ball game last year. Trojans winning at home at Pennington. This the return affair to open things up here in this 2015 district campaign. Before we get to stats and highlights and all that other kind of stuff, first half analysis and so forth, let's take a look at what's going on in other games around the area with a look at your Whirly Ball HEB scoreboard. A lot of district games as just about everybody has gotten into district play now. So you look around North Texas in District 4-6A action, Sam Houston and Bowie battling it out. And at the break, Sam Houston with a 21-15 lead on the Bowie Volunteers. 5-6A action, and this one might raise an eyebrow or two. Denton, Geyer, and Keller tied at 28 as they close in on the half. Keller's been flying under the radar recently. They've got some tremendous athletes, including Tutt, that spectacular running back. But with Robinson back and everybody picking Geyer to have renewed success this year, it's a little bit of a surprise. Total yardage almost even as they're in the last 2 minutes of the first half. Keller 253 to Geyer's 234. Tutt with a big first half, 14 carries, 122 yards and a touchdown. Caleb Griffin, 12 of 17 passing for the Indians, 2 touchdowns, 117 yards. Sean Robinson for the Geyer Wildcats, only 2 of 6 passing for 33 yards. Rushing touchdowns for Robinson, Mason, and Kane. So 3 of the 4 touchdowns scored on the ground. Tutt kicked it off, much like this game had a score in the first minute. That one did as well as Keller scampered in from 70 yards out as Tutt gets on the board. Keller added another touchdown on a 7-yard pass less than 31 seconds later. But Geyer able to respond, a couple of second quarter touchdowns to take the lead. And then finally, Smith hauls in a 5-yard pass from Griffin with 1:50 left to go. And so now Geyer's got it second down and 10 at midfield, trying to lift the Wildcats to a halftime lead over the Keller Indians. Exciting game there in 5-6A. 9-6A action, Nimitz Vikings shutting out R.L. Turner 28-0, that one at the half. Jesuit likewise holding Sunset without any points in the first half. Rangers with a 45-0 lead at the half in 9-6A play. 10-6A score to pass along to you. Mesquite Horn doubling up the Skeeters It's Horn 28, Mesquite 14. That's a halftime score. Also at the half, Garland 3 points better than Saxe. Another eyebrow raiser here as the Owls are on top by 3, 17-14. 11-5A action. North Dallas and Hillcrest tied at 7 at the break. Also at the half in 12-5A, Forney with a 30-13 lead on the South Garland Colonels. 13-5A, Samuel shutting out Adamson. 21-0, and finally in 14-5A, down in the killer district, the little SEC as they call it, Hatchie Indians missing their kid and quarterback. Lake Ridge with a 38-14 lead over Hatchie in the waning seconds of the second half. Also, Kennedale, a non-district game on top of Carter, 42-20. That one at the half as well. Your score here at Mustang Panther Stadium, Trojans with a 9-point lead, 25-16 over Colleyville Heritage. We step aside for a break. We'll come back with more of the Texas Health HEB halftime show. Stats, highlights, and so much more right after these messages. You're listening to Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio.
First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us with products and services designed to make your banking life as stress-free as possible. Need an interest-bearing savings account? Done. Want to deposit a check from your office? No problem. Feel the need to pay a bill at 3 a.m.? We're up for it. No matter what, no matter when, we've got you covered. And that's a promise you can take to us. Bank on us. First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us. Located on the northwest corner of Highway 183 and FM 157. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. Online at go2fbt.com.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hurst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute. Online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Welcome back here to Mustang Panther Stadium. Texas Health HEB halftime show continuing on. Trojans with a 25-16 lead on Colleyville Heritage. Time now to bring in the Dr. Alex Sterling. My name is Thomas Lee, and Doc's going to take you through your halftime stats, which, well, you think with a 9-point lead, they'd be a little more unbalanced than they are, but that onside kick return for a touchdown definitely helping without yards being tracked up. Let's go ahead and turn it over to Doc for a look at what happened in the first half in the stat sheet.
Thank you, Thomas. You're absolutely right. That kickoff return for a touchdown has made a big difference as far as stats are concerned and why Trinity has a 9-point lead. For Colleyville Heritage, looking at team stats, 14 first downs in the game, -6 yards running, which can be accumulated for the bad snaps over the head. Here in the high school game, it's like college rules. Every negative yardage is considered negative depending on who had the ball. In this case, Camden Roan had a lot of negative yardage. 215 yards passing through the air, so 209 yards of offense for the Panthers. 1 interception for their lone turnover. 1 penalty, 10 yards. 13 minutes, 6 seconds time of possession. Their average field position, their own 29. For Trinity, 9 first downs in the game. 85 yards rushing, 61 passing, 146 yards of offense. No turnovers for the Trojans. 2 penalties for 30 yards. 10 minutes, 54 seconds time of possession. And their average field position, their own 37. For Heritage, individual stats, Camden Roan, 14-24 passing, 215 yards and a touchdown. Does have 10 carries on that -50 yards that we just talked about. Kevon Ahmed, the leading receiver, 7 catches, 154 yards and a touchdown, averaging 22 yards a catch. Cole Herpin, the other receiver for Heritage, 2 catches, 33 yards. Leading rusher, Jamari Williams, 6 carries, 40 yards for the Panthers. For Trinity, Tyler Naty, 4-7 passing, 61 yards. 5 rushes, 37 yards on the ground. Noah Weintur, the leading receiver, 3 catches, 35 yards. J-Ron Wilson, the leading rusher, 8 carries, 39 yards and a rushing touchdown. And fullback Elijah Tassini has a rushing touchdown as well. So overall, that kickoff return for Trinity being the difference as Heritage is staying in the game with 3 big field goals.
All right, Doc, thanks as always. Great job, especially in the less than ideal conditions. The press box here is, well, it's seen a few seasons of football, and as the 2 teams in this area continue to grow, there's no visitor radio booth upstairs, and so the best they could do is set us up a table, and I appreciate everybody at the GCISD for letting us do this, setting up a table for us here on the concourse level. Problem is, though, we're supposed to have a simulcast video feed tonight, and the kind folks here at the GCISD would not let the 2 students into the gate. I specifically gave them their names and told them they were with us, and they weren't allowed to come in. So obviously some miscommunication there at the gate. But either way, hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight here on Champion Sports Radio. Texas Health HEB halftime show continuing on, and time now for me to head things over to Sweet Pete Nielsen for a look at your first half highlights.
Well, Thomas, if you got here late, shame on you, because it started really, really quick. Colleyville Heritage received the opening kickoff and marched down the field, a quick drive. The third play of the drive led to this.
Two receivers right, one to the left. It's a pistol formation with Roan. Williams on his right hip, fake to him, stands tall in the pocket, fired left side. This is caught. Ahmad at the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown Panthers in 52 seconds. It's Ahmed again as Roan hits him from 29 yards out for the first score of the night.
Cameron Roan to Kevon Ahmed, 29 yards. 3 plays, 67 yards, 52 seconds, and with 11 minutes and 8 seconds left in our first quarter, Colleyville Heritage is good. It's leading 7-0 after the Max Allen extra point. Well, you think you're feeling pretty good about yourself if you're the Panthers, but that feeling didn't last very long. Max Allen tries an onside kick, and here's what happens.
Wilson, Garrett, and Poe all back inside the 5. It's an onside kick picked up there, and the Trojans are taking it back. 10-5, touchdown Trinity. What an answer. Went for the onside. The squibber to the left side of the formation tried to catch everybody napping, but it did not fool Michael Garcia as he takes it back for the touchdown.
47 yards on the return for Garcia. The Prieto extra point makes our score 7-7. And Thomas, we're still not a minute into the football game.
I don't know if I have seen a district ball game where both teams score in the first 60 seconds of play before, so chalk up a new experience for at least myself there, partner.
Unbelievable job that time. And here's Heritage. They get the ball a second time and go on a really good drive. 14 plays, 48 yards in all, and runs out of gas, but here comes a really good-looking kicker onto the field for Colleyville Heritage.
Spotted down at the 37. It's a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. 37 is his long on the season. He's 4 for 4. This one is up. Plenty of leg on this one, and it's through.
That would have been good from 50, and as Thomas mentioned, we are in with the folks, and you can hear how excited they were after that field goal. Max Allen, 7:22 remained in our first quarter at that point. It was 10-7. Heritage. Well, Trinity gets the ball and goes on a typical Trinity march. They have to go 93 yards before our friend Jaron does his thing.
Weintier sprints out wide to the right. Two tight ends, I formation. Quick toss right side. Wilson following some blocks. Goes all the way in for the touchdown. Jaron Wilson striking pay dirt once again. His 6th rushing touchdown of the season as he scampers in from 4 yards out.
As Thomas said, a 4-yard touchdown run, 9 plays, 93 yards. The new dynamic duo offensively adds a 2-point conversion. I'm talking about Winetree to Leota for a 2-point conversion. New score 15-10. Trinity with 3:44 still left in our first half. Heritage takes over, gets the drive, stalls. A mistake made by the special teams leads to a short field for Trinity, and a new Trojan gets into the end zone.
First and goal from the 3 jumbo package, 3 tight ends, 2 backs. Garrett, the deep man. It's going to be a fullback belly dive, and Tassini launches himself into the end zone for the touchdown. Elijah Tassini, 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, as the Trojans stamp another one on the scoreboard.
Boy, Tassini, like a bullet, and the short man in that backfield just gets into the end zone. 4 plays, 26 yards. Take advantage of the short field to the Trojans. Only 1:48 off of the clock, and looking good as Trinity, 22-10. Colleyville Heritage on their ensuing drive. Really good-looking drive to start it until one of our new favorite defenders makes a play.
Ahmed has to check out for this play, he's getting a breather, I think, after a hard tackle. High snap on first down, seam route. Nobody looking except for the defensive back, and I think it was picked off. Trying to convince everybody that he made the catch, and he did. It's an interception for Cameron Jones, his 2nd INT of the year.
Well, and Thomas mentioned Ahmed had just came out of the game, and the receiver never turns around to look for the football, and it's a great job by Cameron Jones reacting to the football, picking it off. Another short field for Trinity. The Colleyville Heritage defense does a nice job, slows them down, but here comes Julio Prieto for a 35-yard field goal. So at that point, with 9:49 remaining in our second quarter, Trinity led 25-10. Well, this Colleyville Heritage team is not going to go away. They have a really nice, after a short Trinity punt, they get the ball down at the 19-yard line. An outstanding job by the Trinity defense, but Max Allen comes out one more time.
He's going to be spotted just inside the 25. It's a 35-yard attempt out of the hold of Harrison Ducros. The boot is in, and what a great leg shown off here by Max Allen, his 2nd field goal of the night. This one from 35 yards out. The Trojan lead has been trimmed to 12.
4 plays, only 2 yards, and minute 29 off of the clock, but with 2:52 remaining in our first half, the score to move to 25-13. Colleyville Heritage does a great job again of getting a stop, and they take over. As time runs out in our first half, the 11th play of the drive that runs the half out, here comes that man again, Max Allen.
Spot this thing down at the 28-yard line out of the hold of Harrison Ducros. Max Allen going to approach it near the right hash, trying to bang home a 38-yarder. Plenty of leg on this one. Angles it back to the left. It is up, and it is good. The third field goal of the first half for Max Allen.
Well, 25-16, and if you really think about it, it's 25-6 plus 10 from Max Allen because he has 10 points in the first half for this Colleyville Heritage football team. Pretty good football game. I think both teams are probably going to be excited about how they played. Chris Jensen didn't appear to be too excited before he went into the half to talk to his football team.
Well, an alert heads-up play by Michael Garcia really is the difference in this one, as Doc was talking about. Defense doing a good job after the opening drive touchdown of holding the Panthers to threes. But, you know, the Trojans had so much momentum. We're up 15 points at one point, and a pair of field goals, and all of a sudden this thing has gotten real close here before the break. Thanks, Peter. Great job, as always, on those first-half highlights. Texas Health HEB halftime show concludes after these messages. Your score at the break: Trinity 25, Colleyville Heritage 16. It's a 7-6A opener, and it continues in a moment on Champion Sports Radio.
When it comes to keeping your ticker running like clockwork, look no further than Texas Health Harris Methodist Hospital, Hurst-Euless-Bedford. We offer comprehensive heart and vascular services ranging from vascular screenings, electrophysiology, and cardiac cath procedures to minimally invasive thoracic to open heart surgeries and cardiac rehabilitation. What it basically comes down to is you can count on us, like clockwork, for your heart care needs. Learn more at texashealth.org/HEB.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship social media.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
And that'll do it for the Texas Health HEB halftime show. Your score once again at the break: Trojans 25, Panthers 16. Thanks for being a part of the broadcast. Your special Thursday night edition of high school football on Champion Sports Radio and Trinity Trojan football. Thanks to the proud sponsors, including Texas Health HEB. Also First Bank Texas and Whirlyball HEB. Appreciate all the sponsors here in the Mid-Cities to make these broadcasts possible. Thomas Lee along with Pete Nielsen, Alex Sterling. We have Bart Cassidy down the sideline. We'll hear from Bart in just a moment after he's had a chance to talk to Joe Willis. But let me go back and talk a little bit about what Coach Willis brings here. So we talked about the Ira Ann connection, and he was a head coach there. He and his wife were wanting to start a family, and they had to go through the adoption route to do so. And so being out in West Texas, there aren't a lot of adoption agencies out there. And so they decided they wanted to move to the greater Austin area, and he got hired as the offensive coordinator at Cedar Park. Spent a year there as the offensive coordinator. Then the DC left, and he goes, I feel more comfortable on defense. He flipped over the next year and was the defensive coordinator for this budding superstar program in Cedar Park. Pretty unbelievable stuff. He hangs on there as a defensive coordinator, helps establish the tradition of excellence there at Cedar Park. When the job opened up, he took over as the head coach in the 2012 season, took him all the way to a state championship in 4A. 2015 made the playoffs, 2012 won the title, 2013 made the playoffs, 2014 all the way to the state title game before losing to Lancaster. And so, or was it Ennis? Now I'm getting confused. I think they beat Lancaster and then they lost to Ennis last season. So that was obviously in 5A. Then the opportunity came to move up here, and Coach Willis said he was really torn. It was a really tough decision for him, but he felt like he needed to go on and have new experiences and new challenges. And that's definitely what he's got here at Colleyville Heritage. He's really had everybody buy in. That's his story, his backstory at least. Let's hear what his thoughts were on the first half as we bring in Bart Castle down to the field. Bart, can you hear me? Take it away.
Yes, Thomas and Pete, sorry about that. I was talking to one of the Trinity coaches. I had the chance to talk to head coach Joe Willis, and he's pleased with where they're at. He felt like in the first half they had a breakdown they didn't expect on the onside kick, and that cost them a touchdown. And then he said he felt like they had a couple of defensive breakdowns in positions where they're still growing the experience of some of their young players. But overall, he felt good about it, and he said, hey, if we can stay in this thing, because of the weapon that they've got in their kicker, Max Allen, he feels good about their chances if it's close at the end.
All right, thank you, Bart. Thanks also to Coach Willis for taking the time. So, Peter, the new enthusiasm that he's injected into this program, he is their third head coach in 3 years, mind you, but these kids are really buying in. And after talking with him, meeting with him this week, I knew him a little bit in his time in Central Texas, but he's just an infectious personality, the kind of kid you want, the kind of coach you want your kids to play for.
And one that you hope doesn't leave after a year. And it's kind of weird that they've had that problem here. It seems to me from the outside looking in, great job. I don't know why people can't stay. I mean, Coach Allman
I can answer that.
Well, Coach Allman had the opportunity that he had.
Exactly. You get offered an AD job just down the street at Colleyville Heritage, and you got to go take that position.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this is a guy that has won everywhere he's gone, and obviously you want him to stay. And, Thomas, you texted me, and you don't do this very often. During the week, we very rarely talk, or we do a little bit, but you texted me and said how excited you were after your conversation with this guy. It was like you wanted to put on the pads and come play for him. And for a guy to be that fired up about a program that he just got here, and you can see the fan – well, you can't see the fan base. A lot of times you can hear them. But it's a pretty full house here, and it's been a while since this team, this school, has beaten Trinity. Hey, Trinity gets the ball to start the second half, my friend. You got to stop here. Things could get interesting.
Should be a lot of fun, to say the least, and we're excited to bring it to you here. Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio. We'll be with you here today. We'll take a week off, and we'll be back for the Bell game 2 weeks from tonight, Thursday night edition. And then we'll take another 2 weeks off, and we'll be there at Coppell. So technically, the three road games, because it's technically Trinity at Bell.
Right.
So the three road games we'll have for you here on Champion Sports Radio here in District Play.
And it's awesome. And, anytime looking way ahead, and I don't like to do that, that. But if you look way ahead, that one at Coppell, that is not an easy place to go and play. And it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Kickoff is short and falling on top of it inside the 20. are the Trojans. So it will be a long road to hoe. They are on their own 19-yard line to start things out here. As DeJon Garrett kind of bounces past him, and he's able to jump on top of it. Trojan offense led onto the field by the senior quarterback Tyler Naty. The fullback is a senior Elijah Tassini. Featured running back is J-Ron Wilson, also a senior. Noah Weintier, junior receiver, will be out there along with Greg Gardner, a junior. Caleb Cumby, a senior, is the tight end. The quick tackle is Latu Maile, a senior. Quick guard, Manasseh Mose, a junior. The center is a senior, Latu Kata. Joel Cumby, the strong guard, a junior, and the strong tackle, Lupeti Vacasiola, a senior. Handoff on first down and just picking up a huge chunk of yards. Gets across the 20, across the 25, and out near the line to gain. They're going to mark him down. Looks about the 27. It's going to be a gain of 8 on the play. And it's going to bring up second down now and 2.
Well, that tackle out in the open field by Harrison Ducros tells you why he's going to Boise State. Not many guys were able to bring J-Ron down by himself, and he does a really nice job there preventing the first down there on the first down carry.
One of the captains of this team, HD as they called him around these parts, and he is not your Dion-type corner. He has no problem getting in there, mixing it up, making a tackle. Handoff is almost bobbled, picked up off the ground, and Wilson somehow takes it across the 30 and out to the 32 for a gain of 5 on the play. The ball was on the turf. Both Naty and Wilson have their hands on it. J-Ron finally picked it up and scampers for the first down.
That's all J-Ron Wilson want to. That's all that is. And a good job by the Heritage guys to swarm to the football. J-Ron just made a better play and was able to pick up the first down.
3-4 defensive look for Michael Quintero, the defensive coordinator, or head coach Joe Willis here with the Heritage Panthers. We'll introduce him to you after this 1st and 10 play. Trojans on their own 32 on the right hash. Moving left to right here in the third quarter. Toss back to J-Ron. Wilson can't get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 3-yard loss on the play. Great job of stringing things out, moving down the line of scrimmage. And that was that defensive line. Once again, Michael Prescott, the senior on the left side. On the right side, it's Trevor West, also a senior. He's a captain as well. Keandre Johnson, they call him Tank. The nose guard is a senior, and he's been a real thorn in the side of the Trojans today as he helps stop that one for a loss of 2 on the play. The linebackers, Pelini now is the leading tackler and man for tackles for loss. Haven't called his name enough. Great job by the Trojans of blocking now. The whip linebacker is going to be a handoff right in between the tackles, close to 9 yards on the play. Before he's brought down by Harrison Ducros and company, he's going to set up 3rd down and 3. Trevor Kleckner is the bandit backer, a senior. Junior Matthew Herrera, the middle linebacker, or Mike backer, and the Raider backer on the outside is Sage Herb, a junior. Mitchell Hubbard at corner, the junior. Opposite Reed Harrison Ducros, a senior. Clayton Moore is a junior strong safety. The free safety Jordan Porter, second leading tackler, also a captain. Trying to sweep it around the left side. Tackle in the backfield. It's going to be a loss, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Just nowhere to go, and great penetration as J-Ron was absolutely knocked down and just nowhere to go by Thomas Chapman, the sophomore defensive end leading the charge.
Chapman did a good job of running behind the play, and when the toss was made, J-Ron tried to cut back, and there was Thomas Chapman wrapping up. And, hey, you got that stop if you're a Colleyville Heritage fan.
Panthers have to be encouraged by that. Naty back deep in punt formation. It's 4th down and 8 after a loss of 5 on the play. So 3 minutes now and 10 seconds and counting gone of the third quarter. The Trojans, after picking up a first down, will have to punt it away. We've got a penalty flag down on the field. And it's going to be a delay of game against Trinity. So 4th and 8 turns into 4th and 13. And the line of scrimmage moves inside the 30-yard line for the Trojans.
Placed on the 29-yard line. 4th down and a little bit more.
Well, let's see what Naty can do. The first punt wasn't so good. The second one was a little better. See what he does here.
Out of the snap of Malini Maile, gets over end kick as he gets across the 35 and kind of goes.
Oh, did that hit
hugs
him?
The sideline. Might have touched the return man who was in the area. No, they're going to say that the Trojans just pounced on top of it, and that is where the Panthers will take over the 43-yard line. Great job to get away from that one. After a 28-yard punt, nothing on the return. Trojan fans now making some noise. And hold the phone. I'm not sure who they're going to say has the ball and what direction it's going to be going.
No, our official just pointed Heritage.
Oh, we had a young man who was trying to run onto the field.
Oh, that's not smart. Where are we at? Wrigley Field here, or what's going on?
Yeah, welcome to 1974.
At least he has his clothes on.
Panthers are going to take over on their own 43-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing by 9. Trinity 25, Colleyville Heritage 16. From the right hash, Camden Roan. Strong performance, play fake, goes with a quick hitter right side. Ahmed spins away from one tackle, is going to get 9 yards. And across the 50 down to the 48 in Trinity territory. Roan the junior, 6th in the area in passing coming in. Jamari Williams, the featured running back, is a senior. Tommy Hall, a senior receiver. Jervon Thothion, the junior. And Kevon Ahmed. It moves the chains there, and a pickup of 5 on the play, and that'll be a first down for the Panthers as Jamari Wilson is able to run around right side of the offensive line. And it's a freshly announced 1st and 10 for Heritage at the Trojan 42. Give the offensive line a tight end / H-back. Connor Cole's his name. He's a junior. We'll give the offensive line after this play on 1st and 10. Sweeping around the right side is Williams. Turns the corner, is going to get 5, maybe even 6 yards. A lot of contact there as he gets down almost to the 35-yard line.
Looked like outside linebacker Justice Gregg and middle linebacker Devin Abdullah were the guys that finally slowed him down, but not until after he was able to get the corner turn. Nice pickup.
Gain of 6 from Williams. 2nd down and 4 from the Trojan 36. Play fake, pulling it down. Roan stumbles forward and gets a couple of yards on it. Out across the 35 and down to the 34-yard line. The offensive line from left to right features Nick Walters, a senior. The left guard is Patrick Blassingame, a senior. This junior center is Jacob Kramer. Gordon Richards, the junior right guard and senior right tackle. Karel Prazak. 3rd and short, 3rd and less than 2 now for Heritage. Inside run for Williams, and he slams up against the line of scrimmage. Will not get anything more than that. Great interior pressure on the play. Leota was there. Daniels as well. There's line up for it on 4th down and 2. There's the snap. They're going for it. Runs through a tackle. Hit in the backfield. Roan falls forward, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. Trying to go with the quick count on 4th and less than 2. And the Trojans got lined up and were ready for the play, led by Makoni Pole on the stop, and it's no good on the 4th down try.
Pole blew it up, and give Roan credit. He was able to get away from Pole, but here came the cavalry. I like the chance that Coach Willis just took. Just the defense steps up for Trinity.
So here comes the Trojan offense with an opportunity here. After a punt on their opening drive, the Trojans stop Heritage on their opening possession of the second half. The ball pops loose, and I think Heritage has recovered. And they have. It's a fumble right after the stop, the turnover on downs. And the Panthers are back in business in Trojan territory.
Porter knocked it out, and I think it was the big guy, Keandre Johnson, who was able to come up with it for Colleyville Heritage. Great field position here.
Line of scrimmage, the 38-yard line in Trinity territory. The Panthers offense trots back out of the field for the second time in this 3rd quarter. Roan sends 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. He's got Williams on his right hip. 1st and 10 from the Trojan 38. On the right hash, Camden Roan changing the protection. Now drops back in the shotgun set. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Williams on the left hip of the quarterback, Roan. Here's the snap. It's a little high. Pulls it down, swings it out left side. Jervon Thothion makes a man miss. Not the second one, though. And he is brought down at the 30-yard line. Nice tackle by Cameron Jones, and it's going to go for a gain of close to 8. Actually, they're going to give him 9 down to the 29-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. 2 receivers left. That's the short side of the field. 1 to the right. They got Thothion as a wingback in the backfield. And now they're going to change everything around. Kevon Ahmed is going to split out wide to the right, single coverage. 3 receivers to the left. That's the short side of the field. Roan may be trying to set up some single coverage on the outside for Ahmed. Hands it off around the outside. Big hit. Ooh. Got hit low and then hit high and finally brought down. Mario Ortiz on the carry, no gain. Actually, loss of 1 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
It was Devin Abdullah first, got an injured Trojan down, but Devin Abdullah really does a good job of running to the football and slows down the ball carrier, and then the cavalry comes and injured Trojan on the field right now.
I think it's going to be Justin Asuncion. They're stretching him out and giving him some water, so we're going to hope that it's nothing more than a cramp. That would be a big loss. He's been in there making some big plays. And, you know, this defense is so fluid. They play so many guys, but still any one piece goes out, and now the defensive mastermind in Donald Tryon has fewer moving pieces to work with in this game of chess.
It is unseasonably warm still for this time of September, and, you know, there's no breeze, there's nothing. It's hot tonight, so, you know, it could be a cramp. We'll see. Let's hope it's nothing more than that.
We're out here in the elements as well, so, Peter, grab your bottle of water. We don't want any of us to go down with a cramp. I'll take a sip as well.
I've had 4 and a bottle of Gatorade, and that's because I just don't want to lose my voice, my friend.
Asuncion walking off under his own power, still drinking some fluids as he is escorted by a couple of the trainers back to the sideline. So it's going to be 3rd down and 2 now for Colleyville Heritage at the Trojan 30-yard line. Trojans with a 25-16 lead. But Panthers with a great opportunity after the fumble was forced and recovered by that tenacious Panther defense.
God, they've gone large. The big nose tackle in the game at fullback, the young man Johnson, who recovered the field goal, the fumble just a moment ago.
Keandre Johnson, the senior Pete was talking about, the defensive tackle, gets the handoff after a high snap. That's a nice job by Roan just to get it into the big belly of Johnson. Johnson, carrying tacklers, just gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 2. Decision time here for Joe Willis.
And here comes that weapon that he has, the field goal kicker. And this one may be that'd be about tied for the longest of the night.
Booted a 47-yarder. That was his first field goal attempt to give them a 10-7 lead a couple minutes into the ball game. This one will also be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash out of the hold of Harrison Ducros. Out of the snap of Prozac, gets his big boot into this one, has plenty of leg on it, and it's good inside the right upright. Second 47-yard field goal of the night for Max Allen, who is putting on a show. His 4th field goal on the evening. The Trojan lead has been trimmed to 6. Trinity 25, Colleyville Heritage 19. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. You're listening to Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio.
What does a Level 3 Trauma Center mean in an emergency? Everything. And Texas Health HEB is the only Level 3 Trauma Center in Northeast Tarrant County. Along with our Cycle 4 chest pain accreditation and Cycle 1 heart failure accreditation, that means an exceptional level of care is close by when you need it most. With 24-hour emergency physicians and highly trained nurses with advanced trauma certifications. When every second counts, nothing matters more. TexasHealth.org/HEB.
Fourth field goal of the night for Max Allen. His second from 47 yards out. Continues to cut into the Trinity lead. 4 plays, 8 yards, 1:59 off the clock. 4:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Trinity 25, Colleyville Heritage 19. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
Sudden change defense spectacular tonight. That's the second time I can think of off the top of my head where they've held him to a field goal attempt after a turnover. Return out across the left side and then nowhere to go. Wines here trying to reverse field. He is tracked down. Really impressed with the way the Panthers are playing here tonight. On the coverage that time was Mario Ortiz, the junior running back, on special teams. And the Trojans will start out the 24-yard line with 4:24 left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Big drive here for the Trojans. The defense has been out on the field a whole bunch lately. You got to figure out a way to get some points.
Trojans break the huddle. One receiver left, one to the right. Wing back right side as well. And back on the right hip of the quarterback, Tyler Nate.
Man in motion, handoff to M. Jet sweep, trying to get the corner. He turns the edge, carrying a tackler with him across the 35, across the 40, and finally slung down is Gardner. That's a very nice tackle by Clayton Moore. It's a gain of 18, though, on the plays. The Trojans pick up a first down.
So many weapons this offense has, and here's Greg Gardner, a guy that you really don't get much out of offensively, except he's a great blocker downfield. Boy, did he look good on that one.
Weintier wide left, Burns slot left. Trying to sweep around the outside, pulled out of the belly of Wilson. Nate is going to be slowed down by Keandre Johnson, and the Panthers rally to make the tackle. Nate somehow rallies for a 3-yard gain on the play. And it's going to be second down and 7.
This Heritage defense is starting to feel it. Rail all over Nate that time. And, you know, like we've talked about all season, one guy can't bring him down. They had about 8.
We talked in the pregame show about how last week they may have given up a ton of yards on the ground, but most of it came in just 9 plays.
Seen a lot of that tonight too, my friend.
Yeah, a lot of very short gains and then some big poppers as well. Man in motion is Gardner. They're going to fake it to him. Design QB run around the left side. Has to make a man miss, does Nate. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, dives forward. 1-yard gain on the play before he is brought down by Thomas Chapman, the sophomore defensive end. It's going to bring up third down now and 6 for the Trojans.
Had the glasses on. Travis Richards, who's in the game at a defensive tackle on the nose guard. He's all over the football field. He made a play last series. He's in on that tackle too. Thomas, this is a huge third down.
Give a lot of credit to the Panthers defense. They were run wild upon last week. Really clamp it down here in the second half. Great adjustments by the coaches. I formation there. Toss it back to the left side. Wilson tries to turn the corner. Does. First down and more. Down the sideline he goes. They start to push him out of bounds inside the 20, and I think they finally get enough momentum right near the 10-yard line. My goodness. Like shot out of a cannon down the left sideline. 44 yards gain for Jaron Wilson around the left side.
I haven't talked about the offensive line tonight, but I got to there. Milea Mose did an outstanding job of almost like a wall there, and there was nobody there. Jaron was out in the clear, and a great play there down by the end zone to run him out of bounds. I think officially they're going to mark him at the 10-yard line. Trinity knocking on the door.
Weintier wide right, 2 tight ends, 2 backs flanking either side of Tyler Nate. Fakes to one, takes on a tackler, spins down inside the 5 to the. Actually, they're going to give him the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play for Tyler Nate. It'll bring up second and goal.
Tyler Nate's at his best when he doesn't hesitate. Puts his head down and goes north and south. And that's exactly what he did there. And he gets 5 yards before 2 or 3 guys have to bring him down. That's a great first down run.
Technically down to the 4. It's a 6-yard gain on the play. Second down and goal for the Trojans. Garcia wide left. Burns slot left. I formation. They're going to toss it to the left side. Stopping and restarting back across. Planting his left foot was Garrett. And he was met with resistance at the 3.
I'll tell you what, Jordan Porter's a football player. He hit from his safety position. I tell you, we've talked about this a couple times this year too. Trinity does its best work, tackle to tackle. This Colleyville Heritage team is swarming sideline to sideline, doing a really good job every time they try to get it outside. Minus the third down carry that was just huge, but I think you keep it inside the tackles, you may get something.
Keon Griffin in front of Garrett. Third and goal from the 3. Play fake and was rolling out to the right side, but whistles will stop this one. We've got a flag down on the field as well, and it looks like either a timeout or a procedure penalty. We will see from our head referee here in a moment after a conversation. It is going to be a false start on the offense. So third and goal moves from the 3 to the 8.
Well, now the playbook gets even more expanded. See what they choose to do here.
Packing it in with jumbo personnel. 3 tight ends, 2 backs.
Now Garcia's flexed out wide to the left side. They're going to toss it left side to Wilson, trying to weave his way through. Gets all the way down to the 1. And a couple of guys hanging on for the ride. Defensive pressure was led by Keandre Johnson. Wilson picks up 7. It's 4th and goal from the 1 in decision time with 45 seconds left in the third.
A field goal makes it a 2-score game. A 1-score game. No, if you kick the field goal here, it makes it a 2-score game.
It does. That would be 9 points at that point.
Right. So no hesitation. But they're going for it.
But they're 1 yard out.
Right.
2 tight ends, I formation, handoff, second man through, walks in untouched. Great blocking at the point of attack by the offensive line, and J-Ron Wilson scores from 1 yard out to put the Trojans back up by 2 scores.
Mose, Kata, and Cumbie. Those 3 guys just put the biggest hole that I've seen in all night. J-Ron could have gone in from 80. That was a huge, huge job by that offensive line and a really impressive drive that Trinity needed very, very badly.
This one is blocked from the edge. Harrison Ducrose came around and got a piece of the PAT attempt. So the Trojan lead stands at 12. Trinity 31, Colleyville Heritage 19. 26 seconds left to go in the third quarter. We'll be back to Mustang Panther Stadium after these messages. You're listening to Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio.
First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us with products and services designed to make your banking life as stress-free as possible. Need an interest-bearing savings account? Done. Want to deposit a check from your office? No problem. Feel the need to pay a bill at 3 a.m.? We're up for it. No matter what, no matter when, we've got you covered. And that's a promise you can take to us. Bank on us. First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us. Located on the northwest corner of Highway 183 and FM 157. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. Online at go2fbt.com.
1 yard touchdown run by J-Ron Wilson extends the Trinity lead. 8 plays, 76 yards, 4 minutes, 4 seconds off the clock. 26 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Trinity leads Colleyville Heritage 31-19. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
He talked about it not being a decision. They're going to bang it in from the 1, and they did exactly that. Prieto has it teed up at the 40. He's going to approach and kick it deep to the left side, taken at the 4-yard line there across the 10 to the 15. Met with 3 and 4 Trojan tacklers and brought down right at the 20. We got a penalty flag coming in from 20 yards out. The very end of the play. 16 yards on the return, and pretty decent job there by the Mr. Everything for this Panther team. That's Jordan Porter, the senior defensive back who's seen action at running back. He's also a kick return man. We've got a personal foul on the Trojans at the end of this play. So instead of the 20-yard line, actually they may have marked it at the 19 or so, they're going to tack 15 yards onto that. And they ejected whatever player was flagged with the infraction.
I'm not sure what number it was, but whoever it was, that won't go over well with Chris Jensen and his staff. We know, we've seen it for years, that they just simply don't tolerate things like that.
Line of scrimmage is the 36-yard line for the Panthers, now trailing by 12. As they open things up here, 17 seconds left to go in the third quarter. First snap of the drive for the Panthers. Man in motion. Play fake to Ahmed. They're going to fire a deep post pattern, and no penalty flag is thrown. They were trying to line up Harrison Ducrose on the outside on John Davis, was step for step with him. No penalty flag, much to the dismay of the Panther faithful.
Well, Davis was, he has every right for that spot too. He's going for the football. They did bump into each other, but sometimes that's called, sometimes it's not. And whoever can explain to me what pass interference is, call me.
Handoff to Ahmed around the left side. Makes one man miss. Hurdles over another. Gets across the 50 into Trojan territory down to the 47.
He must
17 yards on the sweep around to the left side. The Panthers want to run one more play before the end of the third quarter. High snap down to the belly of Ahmed. Tackled down
at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and that'll do it for the third quarter of play. Your score as we head to the fourth, Trinity 31, Colleyville Heritage 19. You'll see Trinity Trojan football on Champion Sports Radio.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores. 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting. It's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hurst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Welcome back here to Mustang Panther Stadium. Thomas Lee here with you for your color analyst Pete Nielsen, statistician Alex Sterling, sideline reporter Bart Castle. The Trinity Trojan radio crew wants to thank you for spending part of your Thursday night with us here on Champion Sports Radio. We head to the fourth quarter. Trojans with a 12-point lead. Kind of a crazy end to the third quarter there, and a couple of strange situations.
Well, real close, but it appeared that 2 Trinity defenders didn't get off the field before they ran that last play of the quarter, and legitimately that's 13 guys on the field. The referee should have thrown the flag. It infuriated Coach Willis to the point because the 2 guys ran right past the official. So they hit and got out of bounds.
Snap back to Roan on 2nd down and 6. They're going to load deep down the right side. Intended for Harrison Ducrot. Step for step with him was Cater Coho. It's incomplete, over his head by about 5 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 now for the Panthers at the Trojan 42.
When you have a special athlete like that young man is, you got to try everything you can to make him make an impact in the football game. I love that play call. Now, though, it's 3rd and 6.
From the Trojan 43 on the left hash. 1 receiver right, 2 to the left. Wide right is Harrison Ducrot. HD's done some nice things in the game. Heritage has Jordan Porter, the free safety, in the backfield. They're going to play fake to him. Step fired to the seam route. It's almost intercepted. Boy, right in the hands of the linebacker, and he couldn't hang on after a big hit. Abdullah almost came away with an INT.
As big as the hit was that by Abdullah, Pole just absolutely depleted the quarterback, and he had a hard time getting up. And I give the young man credit. He stayed in there. He saw Big Pole coming, but absolutely depleted him.
Late decision, and I think a timeout's going to be taken. Trying to decide if they're going to go for it. 4th and 6 from the Trojan 43 or not. 6 yards isn't much, but we've already had 16 seconds of the fourth quarter evaporate here on Colleyville Heritage. They may be wondering how many more chances they're going to get with the football.
And I wonder if this timeout might be that Roan got up holding his shoulder a little bit too. I think that with what we've seen so far tonight, they may go for this on 4th down, but if you go into, your quarterback has to be right. And he did get up holding his shoulder a little bit.
Let's go down the field and check it with Bart Castle.
Well, you talked about Thomas and Pete all night, that Joe Willis is the 3rd coach in 3 years. At halftime, he spent all but about 5 minutes outside the dressing room with the quarterback and his receiver, Ahmed, and the offensive coordinator really talking about the second half. So still very much in the teaching mode despite the impressive showing tonight. It occupied almost the entirety of head coach Joe Willis' time, so we'll see what dividends that might pay as the season goes on.
Thank you, Bart. Doc, you got a point?
Well, to piggyback off that point from Bart, Trinity has really held Ahmed in check. He only has 1 catch for 9 yards in the second half.
After over 150 in the first half, we do have to tag that point on, but a great point there. They've sent the offense back out on the field as Roan has an empty set. 3 receivers left at the short side of the field, 2 to the right as well. Snap back on 4th down and 6. Has time, fires deep, corner pattern, almost caught. Whoa, went right through the hands of Ahmed. He just got a step on the defensive backs. There were 3 of them in coverage. Brady Rabbit, the closest of the 3. That's a catch that Ahmed will make probably 8 times out of 10. Just that time, couldn't haul it in.
What a beautiful throw by Camden Roan. That thing was Oh, my goodness, there's not much room there. That's double coverage. Alex, obviously Ahmed has got him there, was the topic of conversation at halftime, but my goodness, what a throw. Trinity's defense holds, though, and takes over in pretty good starting field position.
Trojans have it 1st and 10. Now they'll start their own 43. 12-point lead, 11:38 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Under center is Nate. Hands off to the feature back, weaving his way through traffic. Still on his feet, gets first down, 11 yards gain. Jaron Wilson takes it down to the 46 in Panther territory.
Jaron's getting some numbers here, too. We'll get checked with Alex here in a minute and tell you where he is. Probably be getting close to 100 yards.
Weintier wide left, Corday Burns wide right. Burns is on the short side of the field, on the right hash. Shotgun set, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Play fake on the end around to Wilson. Here goes Nate around the left side, taking on tacklers, pulls his way inside the 35. Down near the 32, 14-yard gain on the beautiful zone read play. The right read made by Nate. He finished it strong, 14-yard gain, moves the chains.
That's just a great job of misdirection and everybody going right and Tyler going back the other way.
We'll check in with Doc. How many yards does J-Ron have at this point?
Right now we're at 121 yards on 18 carries and 2 touchdowns.
Shy of the 200-plus yard efforts he's had the last couple of weeks.
The 100-yard meter in my head.
Yeah, you got it. Inside, ISO play is going to get down inside the 30 and down near the 27-yard line, I think, is where they're going to mark him down. Pretty good game, though. 6. I'll give him 5 yards on the first down carry to J-Ron Wilson.
Clayton Moore was literally hanging on for his life.
Corday Burns wide right. 2 tight ends on the left side of the set. Single back behind Nate under center. It's going to be a handoff to Wilson. Defender's diving his ankle, stiff arms a couple, stays around and alive. Spins away from another and dives forward for the first down. Somehow should have been tackled 3 or 4 times in the backfield. Instead turns it into a gain of close to, well, hold the phone. Where are they going to say he was down? Initially, it looked like they were going to give him the 20. Now it's set down at the 22. Should still be enough for a first down, though. They may want to bring out the chain. Nope, no measurement needed here. It's a first down for the Trojans. We check in with Bart Castle on the sideline.
Fellas, one of the things that's impossible to describe is how close he gets to the sideline without going down and still manages to make another 6 to 30 yards depending on the play. I mean, it's the width of a dollar bill.
Fullback dive's going to get close to 4 yards on the play down to the 18.
Griffin on the carry.
Keon Griffin with the interior run and falling behind some of those big bodies. Latu Maile leading the charge, the quick tackle, opening up the hole for the fullback Griffin. Second down and 6 now for the Trojans. 9 minutes and counting left to go here in the fourth quarter. Trojans on top by 12, 31-19. Play fake.
Big hole.
Nate sidesteps one defender to the 10, to the 5. He will rumble in for the touchdown. 18-yard touchdown run for Tyler Nate. Great sidestep, and then the strength and speed came into play as he takes it in for 6.
Well, I mentioned the left side of the offensive line. Well, how about Cumbie and Vacasiola? I don't know if you heard me in your ear. I said big hole, and Nate has nobody touching before he takes it to the house. Trinity back out in front by 6 more.
Prieto on to kick the extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. 8:55 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Trojans extend their lead now 38-19 over Colleyville Heritage. Trinity Trojan football continues in a moment on Champion Sports Radio.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
18-yard run by quarterback Tyler Natey extends the Trinity lead. 6 plays, 57 yards, 2:43 off the clock. 8:55 to go in the game. Trinity leads Colleyville Heritage 38-19. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
As you see many times when you do, we get to see the Trojans play. The size and strength of that offensive line continues to wear on defensive lines, and I think that's what you're seeing here.
Kickoff all the way down to the 7, taken out to the left side there, 15-20, 25-30. Harrison Ducrot slowed down, dives for it, belly flops at the 40. Boy, that was close to being a huge play right there. Nice tackle by A.J. Jackson, but Harrison Ducrot, after a return of 36 yards, will set up the Panthers at the 40-yard line. Now, hold on. Yeah, they're going to move it back to the 40, so it's only a 33-yard return. With 8:46 left to go, though, the Panthers with some quick strike in that offense, and Peter, they certainly have the capability of doing that.
Yeah, that sophomore receiver is pretty special. Like I said, I've been saying all night, this quarterback is he's not scared to force the ball into a tight spot, and he's been doing it all night.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Ronan a shotgun set. He's going to play fake it to Williams. He's going to throw it down the seam, and I think it was a chance for John Davis to come away with an interception there. It just kind of goes off his fingertips and falls down to the turf, and it's incomplete.
There's not many times that John Davis has been in front of the receiver, and that time he was, and just maybe, again, there's a force maybe. He might not have should have gone to the young man that time, but Davis does a nice job.
Yeah, they're really jumping on those seam routes now after it torched him in the first quarter. 2-by-2 spread look for Roan. Moves Williams to his right hip, play fake to him. Now there's nowhere to go. Pump fake, gets away from pressure somehow. Extends the play, rolling the pocket to his right. He's going to throw it over to the right side. Catch was made, but I think the young man was out of bounds. And he couldn't hang on after he got out as well. That's Connor Cole. What a heck of an effort by that young man. But let's tip our cap to Roan. Dead to rights, 2 defenders in his face. Somehow the Houdiniac extends the play, but Trojan defensive secondary was ready.
That was an amazing play by Roan, keeping the play alive. And it would have been a miraculous, even a bigger miraculous play if they would have made that completion happen. But the Trinity defense really, I don't know what was said at halftime, but they're playing really, really well here in the second half.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Back to pass, steps up in the pocket, now starts to run. 45, 50, first down and more to the 45 and runs out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Gain of 17 on the play. That'll move the chains for the Panthers, and a big third down scamper. Keep the drive alive.
Young man came into the game with 255 yards on the ground. He saw nothing downfield, did not hesitate that time, went right down the field. Big first down, keeping the drive alive for the Panthers.
His numbers tonight are not going to be indicative. A couple of those snaps went over his head, and he had to fall on the ball. This one he tips up to himself, and no getting out of this one. So he is hit at the 49-yard line. Assumption in there on the stop. It was one of 2 different Trojan defenders that were right in the face of the quarterback.
Yeah, they've had a problem with that high snap all night, and Roan's done a great job of throwing that one hand up and deflecting it down, but that time the rush was so quick that as he's doing that, he has no chance to do anything once he catches the football.
Jacob Kramer has not played the contest. I know I identified him as a starter a couple times as I've gone through the lineup here, but he is not in there right now. That may be part of the problems with some of these snaps. Back to pass on second down at 15. Quick pass left side off the fingertips of Connor Cole. It's going to be incomplete. The center right now is Trey Poirier. Trey Poirier in at center. He's not even on our depth chart. The backup center that we have is Rogelio Antion, a junior, but we're seeing Poirier instead. It's going to be third down now and 15 for the Panthers. Snap is back. Flush out of the pocket, starts to run.
And he's going to get a nice chunk of yards all the way down to the 38-yard line. Got 10 yards on the play. Leota tracking it down from the weak side, able to get over and join in a couple other Trojan defenders on making the stop.
Justice Gregg, again, does a really nice job in space with the tackle. But, boy, Leota brought the wood there at the end. And, again, Roan gets up not feeling so good. He's going to be sore tomorrow.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Cole Atsidon on the right side of the line. 4th down now and 5. Play fake. They're going to go deep down the right side, taking a shot. Got his man. Touchdown, Colleyville Heritage. 38-yard strike from Roan to Ahmed. They kept him quiet most of the second half, but he got by the defense on that one. Roan finds him for 6.
Well, I am very, very impressed by Cameron Roan. He got earhold that last play. He stayed in the pocket and made that throw, and absolutely perfect throw to the young man, Ahmed, who is going to be something special here in his years at Colleyville Heritage. He already is.
Yeah, just a sophomore. He's got a lot left to do for Joe Willis's bunch. Extra point up and good for Max Allen. 6:59 left to go in the fourth quarter. The lead back down to 12. Trojans 38, Panthers 26. We'll be back to Mustang Panther Stadium after these messages. Trinity Trojan football continues in a moment.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
Heritage facing 4th and 5. Camden Roan gets a 30-yard touchdown pass to Kevon Ahmed. 7 plays, 60 yards, 156 off the clock. 6:59 to go in the game. Trinity 38, Colleyville Heritage 26. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
Just about everybody for the Trojans up inside of the 35-yard line. Some, everybody between 10 and 25 yards from where the ball is teed up right now on the 40. Everybody expecting the Trojan side of things that this is going to be some kind of an onside kick. It's going to be lined up by Allen to angle to the right. Gets a good bounce on this one, but it is going to be fielded in a sliding catch made at the 46-yard line. One of the up men on the hands team coming up with it there, and nice job. You've got to be so alert in those situations. Kevin Rodriguez right there catching a line drive right into his belly.
Got to make sure it's like when you're playing center field, you got to get under the ball, right, and put your hands on the ground and come up, and that's exactly what the young man did. And what the Panthers need here is a 3 and out. Time for more of this ground game of Trinity to run the clock out.
1st and 10. Trojans will start on their own 46 from the left hash. An AT in a shotgun set back to either side. 1st down, handoff, sweeping around the right side. This is Gardner. He gets through, busts through to the second level. 35-30, 25-20. Say goodnight to this one. He takes it to the house. 54-yard touchdown run for Greg Gardner. Just his 2nd rush of the season, and this one he takes to the house.
And we talked about him earlier in the game, how explosive he is when he gets out in space. There was a vapor trail on that run, and my friend, that touchdown's empty in the house. Literally.
Prieto on to cap the PAT. Nice hold. The snap was not the best effort. Prieto still boots it up and through. New score here from Mustang Panther Stadium. Trojans 45, Panthers 26. Trinity Trojan football continues in a moment on Champion Sports Radio.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
After the Heritage touchdown cut the lead, Trinity enters back on one play. 54-yard run by Greg Garner. Took officially 12 seconds. 6:47 to go in the game. Trinity 45, Colleyville Heritage 26. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
Kicking off down to the 16, and we brought out there. Sidesteps a man. Porter takes it across the 25 and down to, I think they're going to get the 28-yard line on the play. 12 yards on the return, and Colleyville Heritage has the possession back on their side with 6:40 left to go in the fourth quarter within a 19-point deficit.
Well, at this point, you would think that Rowan is just going to sit back there and throw the ball all over the yard, and it'd be interesting to see what Coach Tryon does here to try to slow them down. Do they play coverage? Do they try to bring some linebackers? With the lead that they have, they'll probably sit back in coverage, partner.
Wide left in the formation is Tommy Hall. He's the widest of three receivers to that left side of the field. Empty set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Rome back to pass, heavy rush, has to step up in the pocket. Now he's going to try to take out to the sideline. Steps out of bounds just shy of the 35. Gain of 6 on the play as he gets to the 34-yard line. Hustling hard in pursuit. Was a reserve defensive lineman for the Trojans. Penny Falahola kept it from probably being a first down run.
Hey, you know, Roan's just a junior. He plays like a senior. In fact, he's one of the captains as a junior, so that tells you how much respect his coaching staff has of this young man and the other kids.
Check down dump off here to Porter. He gets hit hard out across the 40 to the 42. It's going to be enough to move the chains. It'll be a first down for Colleyville Heritage.
This Heritage football team is going to be, one to be reckoned with in this district. You know, this is obviously the favorite of the district. This is probably, everybody expects Trinity to win the district, right? Well, 4 teams got to go.
First and 10, back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right, fires, and this one is sent back the other way, almost volleyball spike-esque there from Brady Rabbit. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
That was the Kembo Mutombo play. It was like waving the finger, not here. What a nice job by Brady Rabbit's had a good football game for the Trojans back there in his rover position.
Panthers back to their own 43. 2nd down and 10 now after the incompletion. Porter flexed out tight left. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right, and an empty set for Rome. 4-man rush, pass right side, goes right through the hands of Ahmed, which
pass intended for Ahmed falls in.
If I'd only seen the first half footage, I didn't think it was possible where the kid caught absolutely everything thrown his way. And the sophomore there just took his eye off for a second, probably wondering when he was going to get hit after the play, but he found a soft spot, couldn't haul it in. Incompletion brings up now 3rd and 10.
The thing about him, Thomas, is he just doesn't go down. He's very hard to bring down. He always makes the first,
Snap goes over the head of the quarterback. Roan's going to run back. He's going to pick it up, and he's just going to chunk it to the right side. Actually had a receiver in the area as Porter was there. If he had made the catch, it would have been for no gain officially on the play on a pass that traveled almost 20 yards in the air. After, again, the snap goes way over the head of the quarterback, Roan, and I think Coach Willis is probably going to try to go for it here. He's got one last gasp.
Well, I know what Roan's going to need. He's going to need an ice bath.
Fourth down and 10 from the right hash. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Back to pass, heavy blitz. They're going to throw up a deep pass down the right side. HD's got it. Stays in bounds. Did they force him out? No. Stiff arm the defender, rode him all the way in for 6. It's a 57-yard touchdown pass on 4th and 10 from Cameron Roan to Reed Harrison Ducros. And HD takes it in for the Panther touchdown.
And that'll lead to a coaching moment, I promise you. when the kids get back to school, whether it be tomorrow or Sunday, whenever they get together again, you can't let somebody run by you fourth down like that. But holy cow, what a beautiful throw and catch that is by those two young men.
Roan's probably saying, I wish HD didn't have to go to Boise State next year. I wish he had another year to stay here. He's shown some explosive tendencies in this ball game. Max Allen on the scoreboard again. The PAT is good. Lead back down to 12 for the Trojans. 5:52 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Trinity leads at 45-33. You're listening to Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be three things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute, online at gdyo.org/jazz.
57-yard touchdown pass from Camden Roan to Reed Harrison Ducros. Cuts into the Trinity lead. 6 plays, 72 yards, only 55 seconds off the clock. 5:52 to go in the game. Trinity 45, Colleyville Heritage 33. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
Checking with Bart Castle down the field after this onside attempt. Great high hop. It just doesn't go 10 yards, and a nice job getting up in the air and securing the football. Angel Molina with the catch in Panther territory, and so it'll still be Trinity ball as we go down to the field. Checking with Bart Castle.
Fellas, we've talked all night about how impressed we've been with Colleyville Heritage quarterback Cameron Rowe. Joe Willis is a great coach, and his record shows that, but it helps when you land someplace and dropping into your lap from another state or a quarterback like Rowe and a receiver like Ahmed. What a great opportunity for Heritage over the next couple of years.
Trojans have it 1st and 10. The 47-yard line in Colleyville Heritage territory to begin this drive. Snap back, delay, give, big hole on the left side. Turns the corner, stiff arms the defender out across the 35 and down to the 34-yard line. Excellent first down run there as DeJon Garrett picks up 13 yards, and that'll be a Trojan first down.
After the defense has started to play in the second and third quarter, this game's become another NASCAR race up and down the field here in the fourth quarter, and the Trinity ground game and the Heritage passing game both hitting on all cylinders here in the fourth quarter. Just such a luxury to have a running back like Garrett who comes in to spell Trayvon Wilson. It's just he's such a good football player. Just doesn't get a chance. J-Ron doesn't want to come out of the game.
Michael Garcia wide right, offset I formation, handoff. DeJon Garrett again tripped up across the 30 and down to the 28, gain of 6 on the play. It's going to bring up now 2nd down and 4 as the Trojans are content to take that play clock down to single digits before each snap.
Jordan Porter with another tackle and another good-looking football player. A senior captain came into the game with 39 tackles. He's got double figures tonight.
Weintier wide left. Corday Burns wide right. 2nd down and 4. With 28. Hard count. Thought he saw motion. Stiff arming a defender. Now he's going to throw it out to the left side. Almost picked off by Porter. I don't know if I saw a flag. And then at the end of the play, I think that the quarterback was thrown down to the turf.
Pass is incomplete.
I don't see a flag down on the field.
No, the Heritage coaching staff wants intentional grounding, but Nate got it across the line of scrimmage, and there was a guy in the neighborhood, let's just say, but could have went either way.
He'd already dragged the tackler, would-be tackler, out outside of the tackle box. So
what else is new?
I guess that makes it okay as a pass did cross the line of scrimmage. Gardner wide right. That's the short side of the field. Weintier wide left. 3rd down and 4 from the Heritage 28. Play fake to Garrett. Here goes Nate, right through the heart of the defense, tripped up inside the 10 and finally down to the 4-yard line. 24-yard run for Tyler Nates. He bruises his way down to set up 1st and goal for the Trojans.
His ball handling is so good sometimes. You just don't know who's got the football. And he's so big, he puts it on his hip, and you can't see the ball, and then he just goes up the field, and before the defense knows he's got it, it's 20-yard gain. Such a weapon.
This Colleyville Heritage team is going to really put the scare into some district opponents.
I agree. I really do.
But the defense has got to start playing like they have in spurts. When they can start playing like that for 4 quarters, watch out, folks.
They're outstanding in the second and third quarter.
Keeper by Nate. Tries to shake and bake. He's going to lose some yards back to the 10. Still on his feet. 6, 7, 8 different defenders in there on the stop. He's going to lose 6 back to the 10. Actually give him back to the 11. It's a 7-yard loss.
Yeah, he'll never do it, but when there's 8 of them, maybe it's better to go down. But Tyler Nate doesn't understand that, and that time he battles 8 of them and a loss, but he'll try again this play.
He's not wired that way.
No, not at all.
I'm saying, hey, you're the quarterback. Just throw it out of bounds. You're outside the tackle box.
There you go.
Don't take the punishment. 2nd down and goal. Sweep around the left side. Tripped up at the 5. Dragging a tackler down. There is where Garrett's going to get. Tenacious defense. Hunter Mecklin, the junior strong safety, in there on the stop. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the 5.
They just don't quit. It's just, they're outweighed on the offensive line, but I'm telling you what, they swarm to the football. And Alex, I'd love for you to see if you can come up with a rushing number for the team for Trinity while they're actually taking a huddle.
I love Trinity taking huddles. Play clock down to 3. I think they may take a timeout here. Yeah, timeout from the sideline. We'll take it with them. That gives Doc time to crunch the numbers. 2:28 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Trojans 3rd and goal from the 5. When we come back, they lead it by 12 over Colleyville Heritage, live from Mustang Panther Stadium. You're listening to Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio.
At Texas Health Harris Methodist Hospital, Hurst-Euless-Bedford, we don't want you to walk through our doors. Nope, not ever. But we know life can throw you surprises, and when it does, we'll be there. Our experienced staff and technologically advanced care is dedicated simply to your health. From 24-hour emergency trauma care to rehabilitation and therapy to women's health services, we're equipped to handle your health needs. Why leave your health to chance? Visit texashealth.org/HEB to learn more.
Welcome back here. Trinity Trojan Radio crew with you on Champion Sports Radio. And Dr. Alex Sterling, our statistician, was given an assignment before the break. How many yards rushing do the Trojans have in this ball game, partner?
We have 338 yards rushing for the Trojans.
That's pretty darn good.
He's so good.
He's so on top of it. He had that number before the timeout. I was just letting the suspense
You need that little
build
laptop
across
thing you've
the
been
break.
using. You need the old school way.
Yeah, he's got his abacus and everything.
Pink pearl eraser.
I formation, 2nd man through, gets the handoff, bouncing off one tackler all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. What a job following the blocking and just riding the wave on in for 6 is Dejon Garrett. Scampers in from 5 yards out to stamp another one on the scoreboard for the Trojans.
This Trinity defense is just wore out, and when you get pounded on like they have the whole night, eventually you're just gonna your want to is gonna go away, and that was just too simple, too easy on the scoreboard on Trinity again.
We don't get a chance during the ebb and flow of the game when Colleyville Heritage has the ball to go down to the sideline to Bart Castle. So instead of taking a break, let's go ahead and throw it down there. Bart, how you been? Enjoying the night?
Yeah, it has been a lot of fun from down here. Like I said, a number of things are amazing when you get to watch from this level. For example, on that play, Manasseh Mose, he absolutely flattened 2 kids who tried to be on either shoulder on a shift just as the play started, and he absolutely flattened and ended up laying on top of both of them.
That's what he's supposed to do, and he's doing his job here tonight. I guess Patrick Vahi's down there doing it in Austin these days, so somebody's got to pick up the slack here in Euless.
We call that a pancake.
Actually, a stack of pancakes if you got 2 guys.
Yeah, Alex.
Nothing offensive linemen love more than pancakes. Well, both eating and getting, never mind. We're going to stop there. Ball is teed up at the 40. Here's Prieto approaching and kicking off right to left here in the fourth quarter. All the way down to the 11. It's going to be taken angling right to the 20, to the 25. Porter hit out of bounds there, and a big hit after he was out of bounds. That'll be another personal foul. That'll be another 15 yards tacked onto the end of this thing, and Panthers going to start, I'm going to guess, somewhere around his 44, 45-yard line, and that is not going to bring a smile to the face of head coach Chris Jensen.
And of course not. That's his fourth personal foul penalty of the game for Trinity, so you're definitely not to be thrilled. But to look at the scoring drive for the Trojans, 3 first downs, 7 plays, 47 yards, capped off by the 5-yard touchdown run by Dijon Garrett. 3:28 goes off the clock. We're now 2:15 left to go in the game. Trinity 52, Colleyville Heritage 33. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
Keeps going from a 12-point lead to 19, back to 12, back to 19, back to 12, back to 19. That's pretty much what the second half has been. Here's Roan to see if he can carve it back down to 12.
Eventually the clock's going to run out.
2:15 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Roan about to add to his remarkable total on the evening. He's going to fire to the right side, tipped, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Rabbit. It goes off the fingertips of Ahmed. Rabbit makes his first INT of the fourth quarter. The Trojans have the ball back with 2:08 left to go here in the contest.
Now, I mentioned last series what a good game I thought Brady Rabbit has had. And, well, you know, sometimes when you play well, good things happen. And ball just fell right into his hand. He's able to make the catch. And that may lock up the defensive player of the game for Mr. Rabbit. We'll talk about it, but I think he's the leader in the clubhouse.
It's going to be tough to unseat him, too. He's had a big hand in this one. Trojan offense back out there. Kata is going to head over to the sideline as a lot of backups now have found their way into the contest for the Trojans on the offensive line. Weintier wide left, Burns wide right, and AT's under center. Single back is Garrett, 1st and 10 from their own 42. Handoff to Jean. Nice, nifty blocking. Squirts through a hole, and he's gone. 35-30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Garrett does it again from 58 yards out this time. The Trojans have exploded here in the second half.
And again, it's Tassini with the block. After Garrett busted, he's over there giving high fives to Nate in the backfield. What a great block. And when you get blocking like that and you have the speed that Garrett has, that might put him over 400 yards of rushing.
Prieto's extra point, good snap, good hold by Weintier. The kick is up, and it is good.
Kick is up, it is good. Minute 57 remaining. It's the Trojans 59.
Unbelievable job as the Trojans with another one. After the INT, the next play, Garrett takes it to the house from 58 yards out. 1:57 left to go. Fourth quarter. Trinity leads it now by 26. You're listening to Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio.
First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us with products and services designed to make your banking life as stress-free as possible. Need an interest-bearing savings account? Done. Want to deposit a check from your office? No problem. Feel the need to pay a bill at 3 a.m.? We're up for it. No matter what, no matter when, we've got you covered. And that's a promise you can take to us. Bank on us. First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us. Located on the northwest corner of Highway 183 and FM 157. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. Online at go2fbt.com.
Fifth straight touchdown drive for the Trojans after a 58-yard touchdown run by Dijon Garrett. Took only one play at 11 seconds. 1:57 to go in the game. Trinity 59, Colleyville Heritage 33. Scoring drive brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB.
Kickoff down to the 8-yard line. Porter's going to take it out there. No, that's a different return man, actually. Spun down and dropped down at the 33-yard line. Pretty decent return.
Gordon on the return, brought down around the 25. First down.
Ophion with the return as he takes it back. I'm sorry, Herpin on the return. And that's where the Panthers will set up shop at their own 33-yard line with 1:50 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Coming up on the First Texas Bank post-game show, we'll have a final check of the scoreboard, final stats, player of the game, as we hand out some game balls on both sides. We don't do special teams enough, but tonight we may have a special teams player of the game as well. Stay tuned. That's the First Texas Bank post-game show. It's a minute 50 away. Pass deep down the middle is incomplete. Closest man to it actually was Cameron Jones. Pass was intended for Porter. Came down the seam, and it's going to incompletion will bring up 2nd and 10.
I tell you what, this young quarterback, he just stays in the pocket. He's going to need an ice bath. He's been hit so many times tonight. And what's concerning, the last couple times he's gone up, he's holding that left shoulder.
Here's a blitz, quick pass right side. Ahmed makes the reception, then steps out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 37. It's a 3rd down.
It's a 5-yard gain, brings up 3rd down and 5 now for the Panthers. Panthers in their all-black jerseys tonight. Slinging it around and having some success. Trojans up big in the scoreboard. Back to pass, right side, catch is made, makes one tackler, whiff in the air, and then takes it, Ahmed takes it out across the 45 to 46-yard line. Alex Poole hustling over, part of the tackling convoy there for the Trojans. It will be enough, though, to give a fresh set of downs to Colleyville Heritage. 90 seconds remaining. 59-33, Trinity on top. Roan in a shotgun set. Flush out of the pocket. Fires. Try to put a little touch on that one to Porter. He had gotten a step behind the defense on a corner route. Could not hook up. Incompletion brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd down.
Just sitting here thinking about, what could have been if you were Colleyville Heritage. If you get a couple plays, and I still think this is a playoff team. I look at this district, and I really think they're going to give people a hard time. I mean, we all know how stacked the district is, but at least the 4 seed.
3 receivers left. This snap goes over the head. This is one thing that Heritage fans probably wish they didn't have to deal with tonight. Runs away from one hit, still on his feet, rolling around, throws a dart. Catch is made by Porter, and then it's cleaned up by Coho at the line of scrimmage. One of the more exciting 1-yard plays I think I've ever seen. Somehow, Roan stays alive, wheels around, fires a dart. And Porter with a 1-yard gain is now going to take a time out, is Colleyville Heritage.
Well, one thing they'll need to do is fix that. You can't have that, and that's probably the 3rd or 4th time it's happened, but the young man playing quarterback is such a good athlete. He's able to make a play out of that. He's got a little Tony Romo Jedi in him. He's not the play just doesn't stop, and it's good to see out there. Only a junior, so much in front of him, but you got to give credit to the Trinity defense too. The reason he's going to need an ice bath is the pursuit and many times that they've hit him.
Down to the field of Barcastle.
One of the things that's been surprising throughout the night, fellas, from the first time that snap went over the head, I've watched the center that we talked about, Prayer, that's in place of the regular center. He never looks. He always snaps with his head downfield, and I understand he doesn't want to get the top of his head knocked off, but candidly, given the difficulty they've had and the way that it's taken opportunities away from, a little surprising they haven't had him snap looking between his legs.
3rd down and 9 now for the Panthers on the right hash on their own 47. Snap back to Roan. Steps up in the pocket, shakes off a would-be tackler. Now flushed out to his left. He's going to tuck it around to the 50. To the 45, angling back the other way. Picks up I thought he was going to pick up a block from Ahmed. Said slows down the defensive pursuit. Finally, Roan takes it out at the 31-yard line.
First down, Panthers.
Again,
gain of 23 on the play, built solely on the legs of Roan, making something happen after the initial play that was called broke down.
And again, going back to that center snap, exchange issue in the shotgun, we had a fan come up and tell us what could some of that be. Well, it could be number 7 pounding you every time you snap the ball as well. He's not out there right now for Trinity. Talk about Chris Daniels.
Quick pass right side through the hands of Ahmed. With all the snapping problems, this is pretty good exemplification of that point. Roan just finally on that last run got into positive yardage rushing on the night. He's been running wild in this game, and yet with all the snap problems that they've had, he just now finally got out of the hole that they've dug for themselves in that department. Snap back.
Hold that thought.
Spun around and hanging on for dear life now is the defense, and they're finally going to get run down. Probably the officials let that one go a little longer than they should have, only because Roan has shown the ability to get out of danger so many times, a little Houdini act. Sack on the play. And the clock will now stop as a timeout. I think the final timeout taken by Colleyville Heritage. Now 35 seconds, I think, is what the official wants put back up there. 59-33 is your score. Trinity on top of Colleyville Heritage. 38 seconds now on the scoreboard clock as the Panthers take their final timeout of the night. And I love the never say die attitude for Coach Willis and this team. He's still trying to get all the kids to buy in. And in our pregame interview and throughout the week when I was talking to him as well, he said the one thing that's so difficult is to earn the trust of these players. And when you don't give up in a situation like that, you're continuing. They're thinking about the long term, not for the next 38 seconds, but the next 6 weeks and how this district play is going to kind of shake out.
And that message is even harder, Thomas, when it's three different voices. Some of these kids have heard three different voices, and now you've got a new, another voice, and it's really difficult.
Part of the difficulty in that is not just the head coach's voice, but there are members of all three staffs still on this team. Yeah. Joe Willis brought a few guys with him. There were guys from Darren Allman's staff still here. And even though a lot of the players who are playing under Mike Fuller are gone, a lot of the coaches, it's still a couple guys still around. Quick pass, right side. Ahmed makes a catch. Across the 30, steps out of bounds. 27-yard line. Picked up 11. It's going to bring up now 4th down and 9. Oh, check that, actually. 4th down and 6. I think the scoreboard operator might have fallen asleep here. There we go. They changed it to 4th and 6. We're ready to go.
He's tired.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Snap back and a shotgun set. Fired. Right side. Catch is made. Turns the corner. Able to move the chains once again.
It's so smooth. It's almost like 7-on-7-esque. It's just such a smooth completion every time those two get together.
It's enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 now after the 10-yard completion to the 17. Trying to get in the end zone in the final 30 seconds. Rolling out to his left. Fires across his body. It's intercepted in the end zone. Boy, what a great job of reading the eyes of the quarterback. Rabbit steps in front of the intended receiver and picks off his 3rd pass of the night.
Can we give it to him now?
Well, you're really killing the suspense for the First Texas Bank post-game show, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Brady Rabbit's probably going to be our defensive player of the game.
I'll tell you what, that's the first bad throw this kid's made all night. He just didn't see Brady Rabbit. And he's probably tried 50 passes, and Alex should give us the numbers. There's a reason to stick around the post-game show at Alex's stats, and he's probably thrown 50 passes. That one, the only one I bet he wants back. But Brady Rabbit, have a day, kid.
Trojans can run out the clock here on this snap. Malini Miley in at quarterback, under center. Snap back, he's going to hand it off. Cutting back against the grain is Javante Poe. He is slowed down across the 20 out to the 23-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, and I think that will probably do it for the ball game. Javante Poe picks up 3 yards. Clock down to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Final score here from Mustang Panther Stadium. The Trojans win it 59-33. Trinity improves to 5-0 on the season, 1-0 in 7-6A competition. The loss drops Colleyville Heritage to 2-3 overall, 0-1 in 7-6A play. 59-33, your final. Trinity on top of Colleyville Heritage. Coming up on the First Texas Bank postgame show, we have Bart's conversation with head coach Chris Jensen, Alex Sterling's final game statistics, players of the game handed out by Pete Nielsen and myself, and of course I'll take a final look at our Whirly Ball HEB scoreboard. All that more we continue in a moment with the First Texas Bank postgame show. Final once again 59-33. Trinity on top of Colleyville Heritage. Trinity Trojan football continues in a moment on Champion Sports Radio.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
When it comes to keeping your ticker running like clockwork, look no further than Texas Health Harris Methodist Hospital, Hurst-Euless-Bedford. We offer comprehensive heart and vascular services ranging from vascular screenings, electrophysiology, and cardiac cath procedures to minimally invasive thoracic to open heart surgeries and cardiac rehabilitation. What it basically comes down to is you can count on us, like clockwork, for your heart care needs. Learn more at texashealth.org/HEB.
First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us with products and services designed to make your banking life as stress-free as possible. Need an interest-bearing savings account? Done. Want to deposit a check from your office? No problem. Feel the need to pay a bill at 3 a.m.? We're up for it. No matter what, no matter when, we've got you covered. And that's a promise you can take to us. Bank on us. First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us. Located on the northwest corner of Highway 183 and FM 157. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. Online at go2fbt.com.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hurst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org and let your heart be heard.
And welcome back here to Mustang Panther Stadium. Thomas Lee here with you. Trojans victorious tonight, 59-33. We'll be in the First Texas Bank postgame show. Now we go down to the field. Bart Castles with the head coach of the Trojans, Chris Jensen.
Thanks, Thomas and Pete. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Talk a little bit about the adjustments at halftime because, again, 2 weeks in a row we just exploded in the second half.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that, College was making a lot of plays, and we just didn't think they could keep making all those plays for 4 quarters. And so we just kept doing what we were doing and eventually wore them down and started getting some big plays.
Well, 3 interceptions by Brady Rabbit. However, a lot of that starts with the pressure up front. Talk a little bit about the defensive line.
Oh, the defensive line, they forced this guy to throw out of rhythm, and he's very good. And, they obviously struggled with the gun snaps pretty severely, but he's still able to run back there and get it and make accurate throws. So pressure was the only way we got those interceptions.
Then on the offensive side of the ball, on several occasions, and it's one of the things that's a part of the offense through 5 games, it seems like nobody can eventually stop a big play, several of them tonight.
Well, you know, kids, we kind of it's always pretty tough sledding early in the game. You know, the defense is on point, and they're all up in there. And then the beauty of having some fresh legs back there in the backfield in the second half, they just, you know, maybe take a bad angle, the defense gets a little tired, and, you know, what was a 4-yard play turns into a 40-yard play in the second half.
Just out of curiosity, and I know you don't want to give away all the secrets, but with all the weapons you've got, if you were a defense trying to stop Trinity, what would you do?
No comment on that. No. Oh, no. I mean, I tell you, Heritage did a great job on defense, and they always do. And the kids play hard, and it's just another exciting ball game, and it has been for years. So we're just glad to come out ahead.
And then finally, again, I know you don't like talking about individual kids, but how great must it be to have a luxury of having a player like Gardner take it to the house from 50 yards away when he really doesn't even carry that often?
Yeah, he was kind of a sleeper, wasn't he? Yeah, it's nice to have him. You know, our backs get a lot of attention, you know, and then next thing you know, 23's got the ball in his hand, and he can go too. So just, well, I'm happy for him. He hadn't had an opportunity to make a whole lot of plays this year, and that was a big one at a big time.
Well, congratulations, Coach, and on through into district we go.
We're rolling.
Thanks. That head coach Chris Jensen of the 59-33 victorious Trinity Trojans. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Bart. Thanks also to Coach Jensen for sticking around with us and having a nice little conversation. It was a heck of a ball game here tonight, 59-33, as the Trojans outlast the Heritage Panthers. We'll step aside for another break. We'll come back. Final stats, final check of the scoreboard. Game balls to be handed out as well. All that we continue on with the First Texas Bank post-game show. 59-33 Trojans win tonight. You listen to Trinity Trojan Football on Champion Sports Radio.
First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us with products and services designed to make your banking life as stress-free as possible. Need an interest-bearing savings account? Done. Want to deposit a check from your office? No problem. Feel the need to pay a bill at 3 a.m.? We're up for it. No matter what, no matter when, we've got you covered. And that's a promise you can take to us. Bank on us. First Bank Texas. We're here when you need us. Located on the northwest corner of Highway 183 and FM 157. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. Online at go2fbt.com.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hurst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.in.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute. Online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
And welcome back to Mustang Panther Stadium. Final score tonight, Trojans 59, Panthers 33. This is the First Texas Bank post-game show. Thomas Lee here with you. We now hand it off to the Dr. Alex Derling, give you your full statistical breakdown from a wild and woolly one here in Grapevine, Texas.
Thank you, Thomas. Over 900 yards of offense in this game. Start first for Colleyville Heritage. 24 first downs in the game, 74 yards rushing, 371 passing, 445 yards of offense. Did have 3 interceptions in the game, 1 penalty for 10 yards, 22 minutes, 29 seconds time of possession for the Panthers. For Trinity, 20 first downs in the game, 404 yards of rushing the ball, averaged 8.7 yards per carry in the game, 61 yards in the air, 465 yards of offense. Did have 1 fumble for their lone turnover, 6 penalties, 70 yards, 25 minutes, 31 seconds time of possession for the Trojans. For Colleyville Heritage, look at the individual stats. Quarterback Camden Roan, 24 of 49 passing, 371 yards, 3 TDs, 3 picks. His lead receiver, Kevon Ahmed, we talked about him most of the night, averaged 18 yards a catch tonight, 13 catches, 232 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then the Boise State commit, Reed Harrison Ducrose, a 57-yard touchdown catch as well for the Panthers. Jamari Williams, the leading rusher, 9 carries, 54 yards. For Trinity, quarterback Tyler Nate, 4 of 8 passing, 61 yards, 12 carries, 96 yards, and a rushing touchdown. Noah Weinter, the leading receiver, 3 catches, 35 yards. Now there's 7 rushing touchdowns here for the Trojans to go down this list. J-Ron Wilson, leading rusher, 20 carries, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dijon Garrett, 8 carries, 95 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Receiver Greg Garner, 2 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown. And fullback Elijah Tassini, 1 rushing touchdown as well. So all the offensive touchdowns were on the ground plus the kickoff return. So a wild offensive game for the Trojans as they went over 400 yards on the ground.
You know, Wilson had a really nice ball game, but after 215 2 weeks ago against Lancaster and 245 against North Shore last week, this is kind of a pedestrian performance here for the sensational running back.
Well, give Heritage a lot of credit. Most of his yards came. He had a big 44-yard run to the sideline that he nearly scored on. But for the most part, he was relegated to 3, 4, 5 yards a touch. Didn't really get to break out and have long runs that we're accustomed to seeing.
Well, and let's add to the fact as well that coaching staff got him out when the game was pretty much at that 3-score plateau. And when you have guys as talented as Garrett and Poe to be able to put in there to tote the rock, you saw that with Garrett's numbers, you're not losing that much by having J-Ron stay on the sideline and stay healthy for when you absolutely need him most later in the season. Thanks, Doc. Excellent job, as always, keeping track of all the stats. Let's now take a look at the final scoreboard brought to you by Whirly Ball HEB. Couple games still going on right now. One is in 4-6A. Sam Houston and Bowie in a key showdown in the Arlington ISD. And this one really has been a wild one, back and forth throughout the entire contest. It's now gone to overtime, and Bowie has scored first to take a 35-29 lead. After the touchdown was scored, a 4-yard touchdown run for Anthony Hawkins. Hawkins, meanwhile, scored for Bowie with 2:51 left to tie the score up and to enable to have the extra frame. Arlington Sam Houston now will get their possession in the first overtime as that game continues in 4-6A competition. Got final up at the Keller ISD Athletic Complex where Geyer outlasts the Keller Indians 62-44. Well, they had more points than we did here at Mustang Panther. Wildcats with the win to kickstart the 5-6A campaign. 9-6A action, Nimitz 52-7 winners tonight over R.L. Turner. Sunset shut out by Jesuit 52-0. 10-6A play. Mesquite Horn with a 1-point thrilling victory over Mesquite High at Memorial. 28-27. Horn on top of Mesquite. What a ball game they have there. Meanwhile, in 11-6A, Garland and Saxe, and this one was not picked to be that close. Got to tip your cap to Jeff Jordan and what the Owls are able to do, but going down the stretch here, it's a ball game that I think has just gone final. It has, and Garland has upset Saxe. Handed them their first loss of the season, 38-34 the final in this one. Saxe with 473 yards of offense, but 4 turnovers in the contest. Garland 356 yards, just 1 INT. Saxe's first loss of the year. Both teams now 4-1 on the season. And Garland atop the district at 2-0. Saxe now 1-1 in 11-6A play. 11-5A action. Hillcrest all over North Dallas 41-14. Forney up in South Garland 58-13. That's in 12-5A. 13-5A, Samuel shuts out Adamson 27-0. And big score thrown up by Lake Ridge. They go all over the Hatchie Indians 60-34. I think Waxahachie might be missing Mr. Kitten a little bit here. But the defense still giving up 60 tonight to Lake Ridge as Lake Ridge gets the win at home. Non-district game, the only one of the night. Kennedale blows out Carter 70-27 at Kincaid. Final score here once again. Trojans win at 59-33 over Colleyville. Heritage step aside for one more break. Back to Mustang Panther. We got some game balls to hand out, some final thoughts. Stay with us. Trinity Trojan football on Champion Sports Radio continues in a moment.
What does a Level 3 Trauma Center mean in an emergency? Everything. And Texas Health HEB is the only Level 3 Trauma Center in Northeast Tarrant County. Along with our Cycle 4 chest pain accreditation and Cycle 1 heart failure accreditation, that means an exceptional level of care is close by when you need it most. With 24-hour emergency physicians and highly trained nurses with advanced trauma certifications. When every second counts, nothing matters more. TexasHealth.org/HEB.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring.
Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org. And welcome back one final time here to Mustang Panther Stadium. Thomas Lee, Pete Nielsen, Alex Sterling, Bart Castle here on hand as the Trojans win it tonight 59-33. We continue with more of the First Bank Texas post-game show, and time now, partner, to hand out some game balls. Let's start out with the offensive side of the ball, and gosh, there's so many possibilities here in this category. Who are you going to go with?
In all honesty, I'd love to give it to the offensive line. I've tried this many times and been denied, but that's my vote because I'm an old offensive lineman. I thought that they were the difference in the football game. I think eventually, slaughtered out a little slow, but the wear and tear and the size and the strength of that offensive line, I think ultimately was the difference in this football game. But, if you have to give it to an individual, Nate's a leader. J-Ron's outstanding, but you're right. You can give it to 6 or 7 different kids today, but I'd like to give one big game ball to the offensive line.
Yeah, I'll go with that tonight, and more than any other reason because they just wore down a fast attacking and a team that plays with pretty good leverage, snap in, snap out defensively in Colleyville Heritage. They just flat out wore those kids out, and that's what helped pave the way to the big run in the second half to explode the lead out too. A lot of those late touchdowns may have been one-play drives and so forth, but it was all started with what the offensive line was able to do and opening some holes.
I think Alex made a great point during the fourth quarter. He said that was 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns in a row for Trinity, and that's all offensive line. I mean, you got great running backs. Let's not take that away, but you still have to have the talent to run in those holes, and clearly that's what happened tonight.
Humor me. We know who we're giving the defensive MVP to, but let's talk about some of the other guys before we get to Mr. Rabbit. We saw guys making plays all over the place. The usual suspects, Samuel Leota having a big impact, Justice Gregg as well. Even Christopher Daniels, which saw only double teams for most of the night, which is really kind of a shocking thing for him after seeing almost exclusive triple teams in the first 4 games of the year. Who's your honorable mention defensive MVP tonight?
The impact of Chris Daniels, and is even if he doesn't make a play, he's got the center snapping the ball over the quarterback's head 6 times tonight, and he's such a dominant force that. And then if you don't double team him, he makes a play. We saw that earlier. They made the adjustment, but. Honorable mention, I tell you, I thought Justice Gregg had a really good game. I thought he made some really nice tackles out in space, and there's just so many. Leota was all over the field, and every time he gets there, Lord, he makes you get out of your seat and brings the, an old cliche we like to use is bring the wood, and my goodness, he does it every time he gets that opportunity. But Brady Rabbit had the best game of the season. His best game, clearly. 2 interceptions and just made a lot of tackles downfield. And, but there's just so many. It's hard to this is the hardest thing we do, I think, is try to pick one guy. But you have to go with Brady Rabbit tonight.
I'm going to give a nod to Coho and Davis, who took turns going up against Ahmed, and after he exploded in the first half, was held in check for the entirety of the third quarter, and that was when Colleyville Heritage really needed to make a run to make this thing interesting because we all knew what was going to happen in the fourth quarter. It was going to be load up, run the rock time, and that's something that Heritage is not built to stop against the bulk and the size for Trinity. And, hey, I'm going to give a special teams player of the game. And this game could have spun dramatically out of control if it wasn't for Michael Garcia watching the ball like they're taught, breaking on it, and taking it to the house after that really quick strike opening drive. Without that play right there, maybe this game starts in a dramatically different fashion. But impressive there for Garcia, one of the upmen. Saw that ball bouncing his way. He was able to snatch it and then take off and run to the house.
I couldn't agree with you anymore. And then don't forget about your friend, the kicker for Colleyville Heritage as well. He's pretty special too.
Yeah, absolutely. A phenomenal night for Max Allen, who I guarantee you will be kicking somewhere on Saturdays next year. Banging through a couple 47-yard efforts and so forth. It was
pretty special night all told in all three phases of the game. Final thoughts, partner?
I'm just impressed by how Trinity, with their size and weight and ability, take over football games in the second half. And I tell you that in my mind right now, this Colleyville Heritage team is a playoff team. Very, very impressed with them.
Agree with that for sure. Alex Sterling, what do you got?
Kind of piggyback off Peter, it's amazing what adjustments this defense makes after struggling, stopping Ahmed in the game. He was averaging 22 yards a catch heading into at halftime, to limit him to one catch for 9 yards like we talked about, and an overall effort of when they finally had to run the ball, they'd only had 85 yards in the first half, 319 in the second half for Trinity to take over the game, to slow down the Heritage offense, ended up being kicked.
All right, what a great ball game it was, and if district play starts like that, what are we going to have in the other two quote-unquote road contests in district play? Those are our next broadcasts of Trinity Trojan football here on Champion Sports Radio. We'll be back at you 2 weeks from tonight for the showdown, the Bell Trinity game. That's going to be an awful lot of fun, and look forward to being with you for that one. And then, of course, we'll be back in the saddle. We'll go to Buddy Eccles Field, and hopefully the sun will be down by the time it kicks off, or else the setting sun will be right in our eyes. But that's going to be a tough game against a Coppell team that continues to get better week in and week out, and a sensational sophomore quarterback who is making strides with every snap. Trinity Trojan football on Champion Sports Radio is a broadcast of the Hurst-Euless-Bedford Independent School District. Tonight's broadcast is sponsored to you in part by Texas Health HEB. What does a Level 3 Trauma Center mean in an emergency? Everything. And Texas Health HEB is the only Level 3 Trauma Center in Northeast Tarrant County. That means an exceptional level of care is close by when you need it most. When every second counts, nothing matters more. Online at texashealth.org/HEB. By First Bank Texas, ready when you need them with products and services designed to make your banking life as stress-free as possible. No matter what, no matter when, they've got you covered. First Bank Texas, located in the northwest corner of 183 and FM 157, member FDIC, and equal housing opportunity lender. Online at go2fbt.com. And by Whirly Ball HEB, located in the northeast corner of Harwood and Norwood. Life's much more fun when you're zipping around in a whirly bug. So stop by and check out information, because leagues are forming right now. You can also visit them online at whirlyball.info. Trinity Trojan football is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio on Twitter at Champion Sports, Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and online at ChampionSportsRadio.com. Once again, thanks to the Trinity Trojan radio crew for being here with you tonight, and thank you to you as well for tuning into the broadcast. For our sideline reporter, Bart Castle, statistician Alex Sterling, your color analyst, Pete Nielsen, my name is Thomas Lee. Thanks so much for tuning into the broadcast. Trojans start off the district campaign with a 59-33 win on the road at Colleyville Heritage. Next week, the Trojans will take on the Haltom Buffalo at home before the battle of the HEB, as Bell and Trinity square off 2 weeks from tonight, and that'll be our next broadcast on Champion Sports Radio. A lot of high school football available for you on ChampionSportsRadio.com. Check the schedule for other games coming up tomorrow night. And until the next time, folks, have a great week. Great next week as well. We'll see you in 2 weeks right back here on Champion Sports Radio.